Welcome to 2D6 Dungeon. This is a dungeon crawler, and again, in that sort of way that like D100 Dungeon and 4 Against Darkness are, where you just have a book, and in this case, a lot of tables, right? You're not fighting the same 6 or 20 different creatures. You are fighting so many different things. You are finding so many different things. There's something like 60 different rooms per dungeon floor, and the rules are pretty straightforward and pretty easy to digest as well. I appreciate that too. Like in the main book here, 37 pages, and I don't think rules actually start until like around page 8, really. The introduction, it starts out with that. For some reason, it jumps into gems and coinage and side quests, but then the rest of this is actually written very clearly, very straightforward. It explains what dice are, what a D3 is, a D6, 2D6, and D66 rolls are. Tells you how to create your adventurer. All of this very straightforward, very, very well put together. I really enjoyed this book. Also, super high quality. Now, never mind the little like weird air bubbles you're going to see here. This is me putting contact paper over the book. So normally, you're not going to have that weird gray shine to it or anything. It's very nice. I absolutely love the quality of this book. This is something I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to point out. These are very nice, like satin, high-quality pages in both books. This is not like printer paper. This is not, novel paper where it's kind of brownish, grayish, and you can see, little bits of paper mashed together. It's not that. This is some high-quality stuff here, and I ordered these directly from their website. So speaking of websites, so here it is on Board Game Geek, just so you can get a brief overview here. You can see this weight, 1.83, very rules light. But it does a great job, and I think this is the thing that made me realize, oh, this game is right up my alley. I'm a big fan of roguelike video games, right? Like that is a massive thing to me because I don't really care for most video games anymore. But roguelikes they're like the last stand, the last true holdout for video games for me. And this is that in tabletop form. That's what you have to do. And it occurred to me when I realized that I never even named my character that I was running through the dungeon with. Because you don't need to, because this guy's gonna die. And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to whip up a new guy in another 2 minutes, and then you're going to jump right back in and see if you can complete the 10 levels of the dungeon, because that's the goal. Here's a character sheet. I already whipped up a character for us here. I even gave him a name. Look at that. I called him Eduardo, so that we didn't have to go through the nitty-gritty of it. I can just kind of zip through it, and we can get right into the dungeon crawling, but there's a few things I want to talk about. So, number one, over on the drgames.co.uk website, there is a third-party license page here that is phenomenal. So for all of you creators out there that love making stuff for existing systems, commercial systems, here you go. Here's the rules. Here's the things you need to know. Like the branding issues. You cannot claim that this is made by Toby Lancaster or DR Games. But here's a high quality logo. Here's all the super high quality templates that you could possibly want to create, your own PDFs of 2D6 dungeon stuff. It's amazing. So I highly recommend checking this page out if you have any ideas on creating your own stuff. So that was just something I wanted to not forget to mention. Another thing I want to not forget to mention is it's closed now. Let's go over here first. 2D6 Realm. This was a Kickstarter that just closed recently, and you could order back all of the things, right? Because of course, you're not ordering anything. Kickstarter's not a pre-order service. This is you are donating your money to the cause, potentially getting a reward back. Okay, so my pledge was just for the 2D6 Realm paperback edition, and then there was add-ons of the books that you don't see here in front of me, like the Layers Omnibus and something else. I probably went for the Halloween stuff because I dig that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to point out that this is still open for late pledges here. If you head on over to Kickstarter, search up 2D6 Realm, and you can get a whole set. You can get the whole kit and caboodle right here. But I'm impatient, and so I ordered, you can see, just the 2D6 Realm book plus whatever the other things were. I don't know, it doesn't show me here until I look at the View Pledge stuff, I guess. But anyway, I couldn't wait. I wanted to get my hands on the basic stuff, and so I figured to play it safe, I'll order just the paperback version of the 2D6 Realm book, the paperback version of the Layers 1 and 2 Omnibus, and then order these directly from the website. So if you are not impatient, right, you can go ahead and just order and wait, and that's definitely the most cost-effective way way to get everything for 2d6 Dungeon and 2d6 Realm. However, if you are impatient, you can go straight over to drgames.co.uk and order it. I mean, it's in stock. You can order it directly from them now. You can even order just the PDFs if you want. I really like having my hands on a physical book, even though I wind up using the PDFs more to learn rules and look stuff up quickly. Just having that book there for me is just a really handy thing. Now, here I got the 2d6 Dungeon Paperback Edition, and the whole reason I'm mentioning all of this up front is because, you know, shipping, international shipping is always a concern for people, and exchange rates and whatnot, so I wanted to just point out that it is $14.99, so £15 for what I have here, the 2d6 Dungeon Paperback Edition, and I want to say shipped to the US, to the West Coast, was only, it was like 24 something, so like less than $25, I feel like, or right around $25 US to the West Coast of the United States, and it took 7 or 8 days to arrive, and it was incredibly well packed. There was like UPS or the Postal Service, whoever got it to me, had a hole punched into the front of it, and I was like, oh man, of course this happened, you know? But you open it up, and there's layers of protection in there, and everything was absolutely flawless when it got to me. So I just want to put that out there, because I know sometimes shipping stuff internationally, it just doesn't arrive sometimes. I'm actually missing a package from France that is a real shame. So there's that. You can also get a hardback edition, the faux leather edition, and back over to the Kickstarter, there is, and I'm going to kind of point this out specifically for a reason. Let's see if I can find them. I don't know where they are. There's a spiral-bound version of these books. Maybe it's only in the add-ons. No, yeah, right there. And then there's spiral-bound versions of the other books. And I'm mentioning this because of this guy. So this guy right here, this is the 145 pages of tables and enemies, right, and whatnot. And you can see the layout here is sideways, right? So this doesn't sit well when you're trying to look up something on a table and, oh, I got to flip back over to the enemy that I'm fighting. Oh, and look, the enemy is now cockeyed compared to that. So you're going to turn the book again, and now you've got your fingers in here. You've got 10 different bookmarks going on. You're flipping back and forth between stuff. It works. I just don't like it. So I think the answer is either get yourself the cards. There are cards that you can get. You can buy the printed creature cards right here, 2d6 Dungeon printed creature cards. I didn't realize how useful that would be, and then personally, I would have just liked a book with charts, but instead, I found it incredibly difficult to work with this book in the paperback style that they've done here. So I had to go ahead and open up my PDF, which you do get when you do this, by the way, when you buy this directly from their website. And so I printed out all the level 1 guys. Well, I printed them all out, but I've chopped up to individual cards on just printer paper, nothing special here, just so that we have like a little prop. So I can put this up here on the screen. So my suggestion to you is to think really hard about the cards, because they're going to be very, very handy so you can see who you're fighting. So I also have done a little bit of extra things here to try to make this go as smoothly as possible. This here I got from the dollar store, and you don't need it. You can get away with using a bunch of D6s. I just wanted a round tracker for combat that I could just dedicate to that, not have dice all over the place and be confusing. So round 1 of combat, there's no modifier. Round 2 of combat, no modifier. Round 3 of combat, there's no modifier, right? Round 4 of combat, everybody gets an extra shift point. Round 5 of combat, you get 2 shift points, and rounds 6 of combat, you get 3 shift points. So this will be easy for me to flip around while we're playing. This just has like a dry erase top to it, and I'm going to smudge the garbage out of this thing while we're playing, but that's okay. Now, that said, let's take a look at the challenge I'm going to run into and that you're going to run into while we try to look at this. So here's what the PDF is going to look like, and you can already imagine the problem, because when I pull up the other PDF, ta-da, it's sideways. So I've sort of solved for this, so I think we're going to be okay here. So I think that's most of the what introduction we want to do here. There's a little bit that explains it here. Let me pull this up a little bit bigger. 2d6 Dungeon is set in its own fantasy world called, is that Coradine or Coradine? I'm not sure, but I'm going to mess it up no matter what. So there's the 2 ways I've got that. It is a land where the people have a long-standing peace, war seemingly forgotten, and the regions and realms respect a unified sovereignty. But beneath this shroud of peace is a turbulent underworld, a dark realm that is riddled with dungeons and underground chambers where monsters hide away, guarding their treasure, and organized groups of bandits and brigands form plans to raid the settlements above. Although Coradine features some of the classic fantasy heritages, it also has new unique ones, some twisted by their time in the darkness, others warped by their desire conspire to break the harmony above. Parties and adventurers play their part in ridding the world of those terrors by venturing forth into the dungeons that litter the land. Those found in the dungeon realm are evil and will try to destroy those who dare enter. You are an adventurer who has that special quality that marks you out as exceptional. You have heard that there is a dungeon located nearby and, after searching, have discovered the entrance. This is your opportunity to make your fortune and, although you know the challenges ahead will be difficult, you sense you have what it takes to become a legend, right? So it's got a very straightforward, kind of just raw, basic story, which is great. That's all I need. I love that kind of stuff, particularly in a roguelike. If you're a fan of NetHack, Rogue, Brogue, Pixel Dungeon, Etrian Odyssey is one of my favorite games of all time. This is the kind of thing that you're looking for right here if you want to get this on the tabletop, right? So make your guy, I wouldn't even bother naming him, but it's just kind of a goof. I decided to give him a name, so we have Eduardo here. And I'm going to pull up the book one more time. Creating an Adventurer. So very straightforward. So, they named their Hank. I should have put Hank in here. So basically, give him a name, put in write 2 in the... I didn't write it down. Look at that. I had one job. +2 shift and 0. Okay. So there's a chart that you can see when you... Adventurer levels table, level 1. So that's where we are. And then you can just read that top line and make your character and mostly be good to go. You need to remember your armor and to pick the maneuvers, your rations, and like the basic starting gear. It's all pretty straightforward though. But that chart gets you like 80% of the way to your character being made. So write a 2 in the shift box, a 1 in the discipline box. That's right here. So shift, discipline, and precision. A 0 in precision, and you also start with 10 HP. So every character is going to start the same way with 0 experience points, level 1. Now, you get to choose one of 3 different weapons. A longsword, a great axe, or a heavy mace. This is because of the way the combat is handled with what they call maneuvers. So let me fix this chart here. So here we go. So we have the maneuvers table. So I'm going to take a great axe. I've always been an axe fan, so here we go. We have an axe. We have a great axe. And what we're going to do is we have to choose 2 maneuvers and of the level 1 variety. So I've chosen hack and cleave. So hack is a lead die of 3 and a secondary die of 2, and cleave is a lead die of 2 and a secondary of 4, and hack just does a d6 damage, and cleave does a d6 minus 1 damage. That's the straight and narrow of it, right? So you write those in 2 of the 3 spots in your character sheet under maneuvers, and then you get to choose a piece of armor, right? So we go here, our starting armor table. You get to choose 1 piece. Now, obviously, you can't wear all of these things, so if later, in the game, I find myself a hide doublet, and I decide to change to that because that die, a 2 side, keeps coming up more, I can get rid of my jerkin, but I took a jerkin because it's number 4, so there we go, and you can see they're all -1. You also start with flint and steel for lighting a fire. Oh, I didn't write that down. Look at that, I failed. Let's see, flint and steel. And I just laminated, I printed out the character sheets. If you go into your PDF reader, and when you hit print on this, it's a full page because that's how it is in the book. It is a full page. So you know that when you print this out, it's going to be a full page. And, it obviously shows that way in the little preview and everything, wherever it is in here, right here, right? So I set it to print 2 pages per side and just print on the front and backs. And so what I wound up with was the perfect thing. I laminated it, cut it down the middle. And so the other half of my thing is on the back here. Now, I'm not using the one in the book because somebody on Board Game Geek made one that has a larger section for loot lockup and a smaller section for narrative moments, and very likely I'm never going to write anything on this side, so this is the one that I'm using, but the rest, otherwise it's the same. So if you're looking for that, go to boardgamegeek.com, look up 2D6 Dungeon. Under the files, it's in there. You also start with 3 rations. There's a spot for rations right here. A pouch, a wax sealing kit. Did I say a lantern already? If I didn't, there it is. And a large backpack. And I can only carry 10 large items right here. Those are in my backpack. You also start with a scroll. I didn't write that down either. How funny. So I want the scroll of melt metal. Melt metal. This is going to help us in a number of ways. Destroys 1 lock or armor-related interrupt on an enemy. And you can think of interrupts on enemies almost as like our armor, right? They have special moves, essentially, depending on what we roll. You also start with a potion of healing. So I wrote that right here. That's plus 10 hit points. You can only ever carry 5 potions, so there's a nice little section here for that. And that's kind of it for making your dude. That's really all there is to it. It's very simple. So I think our best bet, instead of getting into the nitty-gritty of how all this works and what's a shift point and all that, our best bet is to just start playing and jump in as soon as possible here. So real quick, I have played this solo a little bit. Well, obviously solo, but I mean with a different, like an actual character I wrote up on a piece of paper and was playing by myself with here to kind of get a feel for it. And man, have I had quite the adventure. I'm not dead, I just haven't finished it yet. It has taken me quite some time. The recommended dungeon size is 20 by 20, so this board is 21 by 25, I think. So it's kind of perfect. I made this probably too large, 40 by 33, but I just mainly wanted to go running around and experience as much as I possibly could. And I've had a blast. Everything from finding, this is definitely the jails. There's a jail here, there's a jail here. There was like a holding cell or like a lockup or something somewhere. Sleeping quarters, barracks, dormitory, a butcher, an apothecary, a temple, which was a massive room. I had to fight a cultist in there. I found so much. Oh, there's the holding cell. All kinds of crazy stuff. Storage rooms. I've just been through it. And it makes, because of this book, it made such a wild story, especially if you're thinking about this in terms of a roguelike video game as opposed to a solo RPG. Now, one of the other really cool things about this, and I promise this is the last thing I'm going to mention, and then we'll get on with it, is the game does talk about inventive usage. It's right here. There's a whole section in the game about what they call inventive usage. And that is essentially, you know what, roleplay, what's fun and what makes sense. Use common sense and have a good time. And that getting itself a dedicated couple of pages in the book meant a lot to me. It was really weird. It was very strange. It was very much like the game gave me permission to just kind of have fun. That normally doesn't happen. You always see like, oh, I played this game this way, did I do this wrong? And then you go to like Reddit or the Board Game Geek forums and people say, it's your game, the board game police aren't coming for you, whatever. Did you have fun? You did it right. Well, I don't know. maybe rules lawyers, if you're a stickler for the rules, you kind of want to see everything in black and white. And having a whole section there just saying like, you know, this is kind of how that would apply. You can role play these little parts and do this. It was so nice for me to read that. It was like giving me permission, like I said, to just have a good time with my game and do whatever seemed to make the most sense and I had a good time with. And that was okay. Now I don't have it here in front of me. It was on a different thing, and I don't have it. I played before this. This other adventurer met their demise somewhere on the first floor, and it was wild because it was a completely different dungeon that was like a trash heap. I kept finding like trash dump rooms, and then like a washroom, and then rooms infected with like fungus and stuff like that. And I kept finding creatures that were guards and fungus, and it was just so weird that it worked out. Because it's random. I could have a completely random situation here, but it made its theme as I went through, and then of course that guy died on 4-1. This was the jail dungeon, lots of the penitentiary and all this kind of crazy stuff in here. I didn't have any of that in my like fungal dirty dungeon, right? It was like the trash dump of the game. It was you know, you're on floor number 1. And so this is where the dungeon sends all of its trash, right? And somehow I was finding it. I was entering the dungeon into level 1, the entry, and it was trash. And so if you're interested in checking this out, I know I kind of front-loaded all this with where you can buy it and everything. I believe you can get this for free. Like the rules are like out there for free. Like I think this entire book is out there for free. You can get a PDF of this, and then you can get level 1 of the Tables Codex for free as well. So everything I'm about to show you today, I believe it's all free, and you can get it yourself and go ahead and play this. And this is a human ancestry dungeon. Keep that in mind. So between level 1 and 10, it's going to be like humanoids and whatnot, which is brilliant. That shows me that there was design behind this. There was a intent behind the creation of this, because it would be, I'm not going to say trivial, but it would be something that Toby could do is create a whole other 150-page book of tables, the levels of the lizard kind ancestry dungeon, like lizardmen or whatever, right? And then have 10 levels of that, and it's completely different enemies and items that you would find in their world and everything. So it's brilliant. It was a good idea. And I was actually kind of surprised to find out that 2D6 Realm was the next project. So I'm excited to see how that goes, but I really just love going into dungeons and killing things and taking their stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it, and I'm gonna cover everything else here, that like all the mechanics and everything as we go, just because it's very easy. It's very straightforward. So let me get this cleaned up here and we'll get started in just a moment. All right, here we go. The Adventures of Eduardo. Let's jump right in. Real fast, you are going to need a whole bunch of D6s for this. I have way more than you need. You really could get by with 2. You, honest to God, you could get by with 2. I'm going to be using some of these dice to keep track of hit points of our enemies. I have a D3 here in case we need it. I've also got this special little guy here. This was like a counting cube. You can go find these like for children. They sell these little cubes that are just blank dice. So take some acrylic paint and you can make a door cube out of it pretty easily. So this has 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3 on it. And you're going to see how that all works in a minute. Now, knowing me, normally I would use a red die to be my lead die, and I didn't want any red out here on the table at all. I wanted to keep this very gray, very black and white, and I failed. I couldn't find a black one of these things with a white circle on it, so I had to go with red. And so I thought, well, I've got a red D3, and I'm going to use this to keep track of damage, because sometimes we need to keep track of how much damage and what our roll was. And I'm going to need just a few more dice. I'm going to use these brown ones to keep track of hit points and whatnot. So let's get into the dungeon. So number 1 on the rule book here, it tells you how to create your entrance room. Entrance rooms are going to be very straightforward, as they are in a lot of these dungeon games, right? This one just has 3 different ways you can go. So you don't need to roll the room die, right? We're not rolling this to find out, oh, my dungeon room has 0 doors in it and it's just a single room dungeon. Obviously, that's not going to be the case. The entrance room is always going to be like 6 spaces up to, I think, 12 or whatever is the limit. There's actually this wild, check this out, flowchart for this. It's pretty insane. This was created by a BGG user. And it was so useful and handy that Toby put it in the back of the book, but because it would be too small, he split it into 2 pages so that you have that center part where it says go to the rooms and whatnot. And it, oddly enough, just worked out to where I could grab the second page from the PDF, stick it right into where it belongs, and now I have this graphic so we can follow along. And it is nowhere near as complicated as this looks, right? So you can see, is this the start of a dungeon level? Why, yes, it is. Draw an archway at the desired dungeon entry point. So we're going to go right smack in the middle. An archway is just that. It's just an empty room. Now, I like for my entrance room to have an archway on it that is filled in like this. And the book does just have you do an open 2 lines for your archway. You can see on the very bottom of the screen, it has the doors, and I'm going to have to reference that an awful lot. I actually have a little cheat sheet in front of me. Straight down, I can see the doorway symbols, but it's just supposed to be an open little thing. But I like having the little archway on there. For whatever reason, it just works well with my brain. So we say yes, draw an archway at the entry point, roll 2d6. I think we can do that. Now, throughout this game, it's going to be gray leads unless I accidentally grab red, in which case red would lead. Okay, so we have a 3x3 here. Now, normally in a normal room, that would be very special here, but you can see here, this says specify 1 die as primary. Like I said, it's going to be gray, and white as secondary. Is it larger than 12? No, that's 9, right? 3x3 is 9. Is it less than 6? No, we just happened to roll the perfect room, right? So now add 3 archway exits to the room, 1 on each side that doesn't already have an exit. That whole top line of this flowchart can be gone from the rest of our playthrough here today. We do not need it. So we just need to make sure that we draw this properly. So I think I'm going to do, and then it said 3 archways out. So this is what you're doing. And you can only have 1 exit per side of a room. So we're going to, boy, that's a terrible archway here. I'm not going to get too involved in my artwork because I am not an artist, as you are going to find out. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fill these in. Again, it makes it easy for me to know where my starting room was. I'm not going to do this throughout the play. I'm just going to put the little arch in there. I've found that I like doing it, and hopefully my little pen won't run out of ink here. Not that I don't have 40,000 of these. So that's it. That is the end of the first room. That is the entrance room to the dungeon. And so now we can go back to the flowchart and do it all again. Now, this time it's going to be a little bit different. I have to roll for how many doors there are. Let's head to the left this time. I'm going to throw you for a curveball. All right, here we go. What have we got? We've got a, ooh, look at this room here. Where's the white one? You can see it? Good. Okay, so we have this and this and this. I'll put these out here. So 4 here, this gray one is our x-axis. This is going to be horizontal. So I have to have a 4x6 room in here with 1 exit. Now, there are optional rules for rolling another die to determine which exit that is on. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose which exit or what wall I want the exit to be on, okay? Oh, what did I say? 4x6. Okay, so if we go 6, it's going to be 3, 6. So it's going to be this tall, and I can't put an exit on this side, but maybe I put it on the left side over here, and it's 4. So let's go 4 over. Oh my god, of course this thing is running out right when I started. I lied to you. Okay, so let's go here. I have used this pen before. Here, I thought it was a brand new one, but I probably grabbed it out of my stack of the Hexploret ones. Oh, that's a game I need to play again some more. That game is so good. Okay, so here we go. We've got our room and the rough shape of it out, and we made the exit, right? Now this, we don't know what kind of exit this is yet. Bear with me on that one, because now, for the fun part, let me pop on over to the, I thought I was ready, and here I was not. Now, I've tried, like, all get out to remember what page numbers these are. It's not that bad. They're actually color-coded in the book that I don't have in front of me anymore. But if you look at it here, oh, you can't see it. I think I cut it off. That's a bummer. So this page has a blue edge on it. And so when you have the actual physical book, you know that all the level 1 and 2 stuff is blue. All the level 3 and 4 stuff is pink. All the level 9 and 10 stuff has a black edge to it. So it's a little bit easier. You're not going through all 150 pages when you play. You're just going through like a 30-page spread per 2 floors. Okay, so this was a normal-sized room, right? This was, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24. So if we go back to our flow chart here and we find, did I roll doubles? No. Is one of the dice values a 1? No. Draw the room, okay? Then we go to that like orange spot right in the middle. Room, exits, and encounters start. So was it less than 6? No. Was it greater than 32? No. So it's a normal size room. This is a regular room. Roll on the room's table. And that, my friends, is a 2-page thing right here. So you can see there are like 36 different kinds of rooms we could find. So let's see what we find here. What was this room that we discovered? We discovered a 35 is going to be, oh, how funny, empty space. So I'm just going to put a 35 empty. You know what's really funny is I don't think there's a lot of those empty spaces on here, and I can't seem to avoid them. It must be something about 2d6 here. That's kind of close to like rolling a 7, essentially, right? So anyway, we have an empty space here, right? We have a 5, or a 3-5, I'm sorry, 3-5. So 3-5, empty space. This room has been left empty, the floor swept clean, and the walls washed. Like, what horrible thing happened in there? The space is silent. Nobody is here. Nobody's home. And then it tells me the room is not unique, and the doors, like the exits, are just archways. So what does that mean? So that means we just do this. We just put an archway right there, meaning there's no door, there's no lock, there's no portcullis, there's no stone slab. It just means that we can cruise on out, and we've got an empty room, nothing in there to worry about, right? Nothing going to get us killed. So one other thing about this game is we could just say, you know what? Let's go over here now. There is no like wandering monster roll. Now there are patrols, but they come up in a situation as opposed to just you need to be somewhere else. And I don't know why that design decision was made, but it was. Oh, these, by the way, are just, I printed out the back of the book, the tables index, in case I need to look something up and I can't find it quickly. This is just, you know, on page, the exit type tables on page 35, it looks like, in case I need to figure out what kind of door, you know, it is. Prisoners are on page 34, in case I need to figure that out. So these don't need to be out here. I just had them spread out and kind of forgot they were there. This is just to help me zip through, you know, looking through the tables, because there's a lot of tables. And I'll give somebody a seizure if I start doing this, right? I start flipping through the tables, so that's no good. Let's not do that. All right, so we're going to go to the next room. I'm going to go over here. Let's just see what we find. Since we found an empty room, we've got nothing to do. What's up next? We find ourselves in a little corridor. Now, corridors are a little bit different, right? So this has to be 4 long with 2 exits on it. Oh my. So we have just gone 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of right to the edge here, and we need an exit. Or 2 exits, right? So let's go ahead and do this. Now, if you can't put 2 exits in there, too bad, so sad, you don't get 2 exits. But I think in this case we can get, I can't believe this, I'm going to have to get another pen. 2 exits. So let's see. Can you see this? Is this showing up rather well? So I can put a dead end right here, because you can't put an exit. I would have to put a little bit here for an exit square right up on the edge, and you can't do that. It's literally in the book as a rule you can't do, right? So that's what we've got now. And there's no encounters in a little corridor. There's nothing. It's just a little corridor, right? Just a little connector spot. So let's go down here and see what we find. We know it's going to be a rather small room, right? And possibly with no exits, because see, look, we rolled a 2. Well, obviously we're not going to get an exit in there. So we have a 4 by 3. Well, we're kind of stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. We can't really do that. So I think maybe it's okay to just call this one good And we'll do this number there, and that's kind of it. We really can't do anything else in that little 4x3 space, which is now just an 8. So it's still going to be a small room. I can't realistically put a door anywhere. So let's just see what this room was. Let's just take a look. Since it's a normal-sized room, we can roll on that chart again that I'm probably not on anymore. Yes, there we are. So what did we find down here? We found ourselves with a... Oh, this pen. I can't believe it. I don't have another one handy anyway. What did I roll? 3-6. So 3-6 is going to be an indoor camp. In a corner, 2 chairs are placed at a burner. The room is warm. On a shelf is a ball of twine. Someone is sitting by the burner. They attack. Of course they do. That's what I mean. We're in their space. Roll on L1W. And so what I've discovered works really well for me is L1W -1. And then if I survive, it's IAUT1, I think it said. So if I just write them down and erase them as I go, I can kind of keep good track of what's going on. And it has wooden door exits. It's not a unique room, so none of that really applies. We kind of got ourselves into a little dead-end corner. That's fine. That's exactly how I like to explore dungeons, right? So we're going to have to look up L1W -1, and that's where this is going to come in handy, right? L1W -1. I think it's on the back here. L1W is Wardens, so that's page 38. So if I flip on back to page 38 and pull this up, we can see L1W -1 is going to be L1W, level 1 Wardens, right? L1W -1 is going to be a 4, a 3, a jailer. So we found a jailer. Oh, it's going to be one of those kind of dungeons again, huh? So H-I-J, yeah, and these would be much nicer, you know, if they were cards. These are just garbage printer paper I printed out just so I had some kind of a prop here to pull up on the screen for you because I don't have any cards or anything else. You know, I'm going to mention this as well. There's bookmarks for sale for £2 on their website. And at first I thought, that's absurd. I wouldn't need to know all that stuff and I wouldn't need specialized bookmarks. I was so wrong because you need so many little bookmarks to stuff into your tables book as you're going. And there's useful information on the bookmarks. There's charts on there so you don't have to go digging through to look them up. So that was another oversight on my part. So here's the jailer. Here's what we found. We found a jailer. And basically, all we have to do now is combat. So I need to write this down, and this pen is failing me miserably. So how about I take a quick break, get a new pen, and then we see how combat works out. And I'm going to write in all the details on the chart right here. So I'll be right back. Oh, what a difference a new pen makes. Okay, so I've written down indoor camp, and there's a jailer in here. That's what we fought, or are going to fight. So this guy has 6 hit points, so of course I've got a D6 here. How handy for me, right? Look at that. What does this say? Being a jailer has made them tough, but their skill in combat is limited. As they come forward, wrapping a chain around their knuckles, a mad look in their eye. So I'm going to use this to keep track of their hit points, just to make it easy for all of us, I think. So there's, rather than like write it down over here. So the way combat works is if we get into combat, I get to go in first, right? I get to attack first. Otherwise, I'd read a spell and they would get to attack me. So it's round 1 of combat, and we get to roll our 2d6 and see what happens, right? So this guy has some treasure. Look at that, 1 shift point. Haha. So I rolled a 1-6. I basically couldn't have rolled any worse because what I'm trying to roll is a 3-2 or a 2-4. I'm trying to match those things up. Now you'll see here, I have 2 shift points, right? So that means I can shift these 2 numbers. Now I cannot roll a 1 to a 6 or a 6 to a 1, which means skills, maneuvers that have 1s and 6s in them are actually harder to roll because you can't just roll over to it, right? So if I used all of my 2 shift points, I could make this 6 down to a 4, but what good would that do me? Because it's not a 1-4, or it's not I don't have a 2-4. I have a 1-4, so I missed. So now the same thing happens for them. They get to attack me. So they rolled a 4-5, and they're going to miss as well because they only have 1 shift point. You can see SH plus 1 up here. They have 1 shift point. So with that 1 shift point, their 4-5 could at best become a 5-5 or a 3-5, right? They can't get a 3-3 and they can't get a 5-1 out of that. So they miss as well. Next round, combat's that easy. Now, and one thing I've noticed is at first combat does take a while sometimes because you don't have, 3 maneuvers, available. You don't have that many shift points available, but this is how that is solved for right here. Okay, so I rolled a 4-2. That's the opposite of what I wanted to roll for me. I wanted to roll a 2-4, so that's unfortunate. However, I can use one of my shift points to make this 4 a 3, and oh, look at that. I have a 3-2 now, right? So I can do a hack maneuver. The hack maneuver is just a d6 with a modifier of 0. Let's take a quick look at the interrupt on the jailer. He does a barge move on secondary 2s, -2 damage. So basically, my hack is less effective than my cleave versus this guy because my secondary die on here is a 2. So this is actually a d6 -2. So I'm going to roll, and I sure hope this is better than I have been rolling. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 damage. Okay, so now he gets to roll against me. And the jailer rolls a 5. Ooh, they still can't do anything. Lucky me, because a 5-3 for them could at best become a 5-2. They need a 5-1. Or a 4-3, and they need a 3-3. So they're going to miss me. So we go to the next round, right? We go to round 3. Still, there's no modification to our shift points. I get to attack first. Oof. 1-2, huh? What can I do with a 1-2 with only 2 shift points? I can shift the 1 to a 3, and again, because my secondary is a 2, their interrupt is secondary 2's -2. So this is a d6 -2 damage. Is going to have me do... I could kill this guy if I roll well enough. There it is. We killed him right away. Boom. Not too bad on round 3. Okay, so if this would have gone another round, onto round 4, we would both get an extra shift point to play with, and then 2 extra shift points, and then 3 extra shift points. That's how that works. And I just like this thing so much for keeping track of this. In the back of the book, there's a card like this, but like card size. I'm sure if you don't print it huge like I did, because I'm blind, going blind slowly at 45, you use 2d6 to keep track of all that. I actually didn't like it doing it that way. I would rather use some like this, but then I found this thing and I was like, I have to have it. It's the perfect answer for what I'm trying to do. So we get, what do we have here at the top? 10 experience points. I'm just going to put Eduardo gets 10 right here. We took no damage. That's amazing. And then you can see treasure as we roll on PT1. And PT1, I think, is a pouch table, pouch items. PT1 is on page 23. Oh, let me get you out of the way. Oh, you know, I had separated those for a reason. I'm sure some of you saw that. G, oh, this is a bummer. H, I guess I don't need to stay. I, J, there we go. I wanted to keep them in alphabetic order so they'd be easier to find in the future. All right, so pouch table 1. So this is, on the very bottom you see here, it says roll 2d6. The modified ranges rules applies. Basically, what that's saying is if I can somehow get below 2 or above 12, then it's just 12 or it's just 2. Any items you find can be taken and used for inventive usage. Let's roll. We found ourselves, ooh, 10. There are some, I don't know, Zoomerus leaves or whatever. Okay, and 2 LQ gems. Roll twice on GMT 1 -2. Okay, cool. So let me write down the leaves. I'm actually just going to put these in a separate spot over here. ZOUMEROUS, leaves. Okay. So there's you were also trained, not only in your, and I got to point this out, there was a lot of complaint, I think, I kept running into on forums and Reddit and whatnot, about you only get to choose from 3 weapons and you're stuck with it for the whole 10 levels. First of all, don't think of your weapon that way, right? Think of your maneuvers that way. Think of your maneuvers as your weapon, right? Because really, you're trying to match dice here, right? So that's really the smarter way to think about it, right? Don't get caught up in, oh, I have to use just an axe, I can't pick up a spear. I think I would know how to use a spear or a shovel as a weapon, you know, or a sword, right? Yeah, but it doesn't mean you know how to use it. I know to point the pointy end of the stick, you know, the spear or the sword or whatever at the bad guy. It doesn't mean I'm adept at it. And I will tell you, having read the book twice, in 3 places, it actually specifically mentions how you have trained to be an expert in your weapon, right? It's like it's that was covered. That was taken care of. This was explained away. It's fine. Who cares? You don't even have to write anything in here. Just remember that you're doing great axe, you know, and you're doing these moves, right? That's not what's important here. What's important is the maneuvers that you choose. And later on, you get a 3rd one, which is awesome, okay? And there's different levels of them. So I was supposed to be doing something and not just whining about weapons here. So what did I roll? A 10. There are some... Okay, so roll on GMT. So now... Oh, how funny. Is it really GMT? It is. GMT -1. So now I got to find GMT -1. This thing is in the back of your book. Ooh, where is it? It's not here. GMT -1. Or -2, right? GMT 1 -2. So this is Gem Table 1 on page 15. So see, one of my other characters found a pendant. I went on, oh my god, there was a quest. I had to find some guy, and I found him, and I killed him, and he had a scroll that was amazing, powerful lightning bolt thing, and I found a pendant that had 3 holes in it that I had to set gems in to complete some quest thing, and I could never find the gems with that character, but some other character of mine found 3 pearls. It was amazing. Okay, so here we go. GMT, there it is, GMT -2. So I'm just going to roll these both and just roll them down and see what happens, right? So we've got a 1 and a 3. So I found a pearl and a garnet. So I think there's a section here. Where is this? For treasure? Maybe I put that here. I guess maybe. So I found what a low. It was a low quality pearl. It specifically said low quality, right? And low quality garnet. Okay. Now, we don't know what we're going to use these for, but I can throw them into my baggie, and, you know, hey, we'll find a use for them. That is one of the coolest things about this, is you will find a use for them. Now, additionally, we get to roll... Oh, of course, did I put it back? And then now I need it, right? Because I forgot that the jailer says roll... Oh, no, is that roll on PT +1, right? Okay, is that what got me where I was? Oh, or did I forget and not roll the +1 on that? Is that what I did? That wouldn't surprise me at all. Page 23. Did I just do that whole thing and I was wrong because it was a +1 and I like ignored it? I did. I did. It was a PT +1. So anyway, that's how gems work. The gem chart works. So I rolled 2 5s, and it was supposed to be a +1 because I wasn't paying attention. So it was an 11 then. Inside is a golden buckle. This is so much easier to do. D6 +2 GC. So watch it. So here, see, we're learning, right? So we're going to get 5 GC. So that's gold, silver, copper, little spots here. At least I think that's what those are. So see how easy that is? And a potion, roll on pot 2. Now, pot 2 is going to be on page 16. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, here we are. Pot 2, potions. Is there any pluses or minuses? I don't think so. Pot 2 is going to give us a 1, which is a potion of extra healing. So we have a spot for that right here at the top of our character sheet. Extra healing. All right, and I think that one is at 30 HP or 15. Let's go take a look. Did it say? Of course it didn't say. All right, so magic potions are on page 9, right? So you want to flip back over to 9. Extra healing is 30, so heal up to 30 health points. Its cost is 28 gold. Oh my goodness, what a valuable thing we found here. Okay, I think we're caught up. Oh, and 10 experience, we got that. PT 1 +1, I think we're done there. And then we can take, what did it say was in the room? Didn't it say there was like twine or something in the room, right? That seems like it would be a nice handy thing. Oh, you know what? There was one complaint I had with the production of this, and it's the PDF, so it can be totally fixed. There's no bookmarks. So that's a real bummer when you're trying to flip through this. I can't just have the bookmarks here and see potions and click on it and boom, there it takes me. That would be something that would be a much needed upgrade, I feel like. So it says on the shelf is a ball of twine, right? So this is where we need to just kind of like, you know, what do we do? Do we just take it? Do we take the ball? I'm sitting in the dark now. I don't know what happened. I lost a light. Let's see here. Let's take a ball of twine. You never know what you can do with that, right? Let's just take ball of twine and we'll throw it. Ball of twine. And we'll throw it just in our backpack. It's kind of a small item, so I don't think that takes up a whole lot of room. I don't think I have to worry about that too much. Now, oh, we're still not done. So IAUT. So this combat happened. We probably made a bit of a commotion or something, right? And there's other stuff in this room potentially here. 36 IAUT1 interruptions and the unexpected. So this is after the fight. This is all that one room. Just following the charts. 5-1, we have, this is a 2-pager. 5-1, we have, you spot a stone in the wall that appears out of place. You take a closer look and find it is loose. Behind it is half a cheese wrapped in some cloth. Ooh, okay. Gain 1 ration. There's also a little dried meat. I'm all for that. Look at that. So now we have 4 rations, and we're going to need these rations for various things. Sometimes we might break a lock if we're trying to pick a lock and we can't open it. We break it. Sometimes when we're going down a floor, we have to eat some rations because we're in this for the long haul. We're going to be here for a while, right? So we killed the jailer. I think we're good there. All right, so now where do our adventures take us? I mean, that was a lot of doing for one room, right? Let's go back into our hallway. There's nothing here. I could totally use like a little miniature or something if that helps any. I keep some spin down counters handy because I use them for all sorts of things. But I happen to have this like random little 3D printed dude, it's from an FDM printer, so it's not the highest quality, but I love having this little dude handy just to use this guy for various things, right? So we're going to keep track of us with this guy, I think. And let's say we go up into this room here and see what we can find. So we need to roll back here. And we are going to find, how big is this? This is 5 by 2. All right. So 5 by 2. So, and 2 exits. Look at that. And 2 exits, huh? So this has to be, well, if it's going to be 2 up, we could go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can, I guess an exit has to be here, huh? What do we think about that? 3, 4, 5. So an exit has to be there, and maybe we put an exit right here. So how's that look? So this place is off limits. There's nothing that we can do here. There's our room that we just made, right? So it's 10, and there's an exit here and an exit there. Now we don't know what it is yet. So let's roll, and we have, looks like a 1, oh no, just a 1-4. So on a 1-4, this was a 10 size room. A 1-4 is going to be a mason's workshop in this tiny little room here. It's like my laundry room here. Mason's workshop. Okay, so we found, what did I say it was? A 1-4. 1-4. I just like putting little notes on here. Large blocks of stone scatter the space, iron tools, and an old hammer lay around. Okay. Roll a d6. Uh-oh. An artisan is here. You must fight them if you survive. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see here. So we rolled a 4. So that means we have to fight an artisan, and if we survive, we roll on TCT1. Okay, so now we find the artisan. What I really want to find is an apothecary because they have some great loot. So the artisan here. All right. Boom. There's our artisan. 3 hit points, right? This guy's not a fighter. What does it say here? A skilled worker who has spent many years learning their art. They are not a fighter, but are well coordinated and wear sturdy leather work clothes. They will defend their home. Okay, so this is what we've got here. So I'm just going to go charging in, as I do, right? What else do we have to know here? See, it only has a jab. This guy only has a jab, and it's a 5-4, so he's really definitely not a fighter. Very low HP. He has stuff in his pockets and some silver. So let's take his stuff. 5-2. Oh, this is good because we can pull off a hack on him, right? Because we have 2 shift to start. So we can make this 5 minus 2 down to a 3. We've used all of our shift. And look at that. 3-2 is just a straight up D6 roll. This guy's interrupt. Deflect on secondary 1s. Distract on secondary 6s. We don't have either of those. So we're good to just roll. I can one-shot this guy if I can do 3 damage. Of course not. All right, so we're going to bring him down to 1 HP. So he's going to get a shot at me. There's a very high likelihood this dude is going to miss. Famous last words, right? Yeah, this guy is so far from being able to hit me. Okay, so off to round 2. This guy, what are you doing down here? All right, so we have a 2-2. What is a 2-2 going to do for me? I can do a hack on that as well, right? Because I can do a 3-2 pretty easily here. So there's my hack, and I'm going to do at least 1 point of damage. Boom, there it is. This guy's dead. After just 2 rounds, we killed the artisan. Not feeling great about that one, but we did it. So we're going to get 5 experience points for that. So let's just put plus 5. Again, we've managed to not lose any hit points, which is quite remarkable here. We're also going to gain 2d6 SC. So that's like silver, right? So we're going to find, oops, that's not this one. I forget, this one probably never has to be flipped over. So 3 right here. Now, there is a way to get back up to town here. If you're ever on the edge wall, you can search each square for an air vent, and once per dungeon level, so that means 10 times maximum, you can crawl your way up through an air vent back to the surface, heal up, get rid of any conditions, like when you're soaked in blood and you have a fever, or if you're freezing and you've got pneumonia, you go to town, you're all taken care of and good, you sell your stuff, you put stuff in your stash. If you've ever played like Diablo or any computer action RPG, you understand the concept of the stash. It's just like this magical safe place you put your stuff so you can come get it later. All right, what else do we get here? Roll on PT1 minus 2. This is a chart I keep going back to, and God, I wish I had bookmarks. Page 23 is PT1 minus 2. So PT1 minus 2. Let me find the right dice here. All right, minus 2. So we have ourselves a 4. So nothing. The pouch is empty. Okay, so this one I can do correctly, people. This is this is one I can easily not mess up. I don't have to write anything down. So that was it for the artisan, right? So we killed the artisan in there. Now, you know, and it's so much fun to draw what you have found, but I am not an artist and I'm not going to torture you with too much artwork. So I'm just going to kind of keep it simple here. So we killed the artisan, and then it said the other thing we do is TCT1, which I feel like is one of those I run across all the time, and I probably should have written down. TCT1, page 31. Okay. So that is TCT1. This is a tea chest. There's a lot of tea chests in here. This is also a 2d6 roll, obviously. I say that because I messed it up once and I felt stupid. 8. So we have the boxes full of wooden shavings. Oh, is this the one where I found... No, it wasn't. Somewhere, I don't remember where I was, but I found a dead crow, I think, at the bottom of some chest somewhere. All right, anyway, 8. The box is full of wood shavings, but beneath this are some random metal items. Roll on MIT1 and MIT2. So I definitely don't have those written down. So MIT1... and MIT2 are metal item table, page 15. So I'm going to jump down to 15 here. And again, you too could be playing this level 1, right? This is I believe it's free. The files are out there, floating around on like Board Game Geek or like the original Kickstarter, I think, page maybe. I'm sure it's at the drgames.co.uk site. What was I rolling on? MIT1 and 2? Is that what I was supposed to do? Here, I plain forgot. MIT1, where is it? Oh, it's just a d6 for each. So I'm going to use gray for the first one. So 1 and 6. A forged blade and a snapped sword blade. So let's just take the forged blade, right? I don't want to carry too much stuff around. I don't know if we can use a snapped blade for too many things, right? So maybe we just let that one be. We'll just leave it there. We can always come back for it. You know, this is something that you can do in this game, is just write it down, come back for it if you want. So that's pretty cool. So 1, 4. Oh, that's the wrong table. I'm looking for 42. I just wanted to double check here. TCT1, yeah, okay. And then TCT1 took me over to there. Okay, just wanted to make sure that I wasn't messing up too bad. There's a lot of charts in this thing, and oh, it's the tea chest table. That's right. You'll feel like you're lost. There is so much going on here. So well, that's not it. There's urns. Look at that sarcophagus. Like there's just so many things. And this page is in the book. Just when it's not sideways, it's easier to read. TCT1 chest. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure there was no modifiers on that, right? Because you can get lost. This is why I advise you get some bookmarks. So here we are. Oh, all that. And you know what I forgot to do is write down what kind of doors were in here. How funny. So let's see. Mason's Workshop had random doors, and yes, it's a unique room. I'm glad we checked that, because unique rooms you can only have one of, right? So that's it. So there's our unique room, and it has random doors, and our doors are on page 35. So let's go see what our doors look like here. Our doors, exit type table 1. What kind of exits do we find here? This is 6, 5. They're just archways. What luck. Okay, I am not a fan of locked doors. I always get stuck behind them and wind up dying. So here we are. So we're up in here hanging out with this guy. We could totally just pop on over here, but because I'm right-handed and I don't want to smear stuff if I draw over here first and reach over here, I say we come up this way and just see what looks like up in this room here. All right. Well, so far so good. We haven't taken any damage. Only one exit out of our next room, so it's 6 by 3, huh? By 1 here. So we're still just normal rooms. We found no tiny rooms, no giant large rooms yet, right? So 6 by 3 here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go all the way to the wall here. 6. And you can draw this any way you want. I'm just doing it this way because. All right, let's put our exit right here. And we'll do this and this. There we go. There's our 1 exit out of the room. So it's an 18, so we know if we take a look at the flow chart, 18 is between 6 and 32, so it's just, again, a normal room. So we go back to the normal rooms on 42. That's the easiest page in the whole book to remember, and we see exactly what this normal room looks like, right? So we have a something 1, we have a 6, 1, so a 6, 1, let me write that down, 6, 1 is, the apothecary, yes. This is good stuff here because I think we can get some potions. So apothecary, random doors, yes, it's unique. So we're going to put a big star. Before we forget, I want to do the door types on page 35. This way I'm just done with it because I really do like getting this done before we deal with all the other fun stuff. Okay, so we have a 3-2 for doors. We have wooden door, not doors, singular, and we do not know if it's locked yet. Okay. So here we go. Let's go back over to page 42 and read about the apothecary, 43, on 6-1. I believe we get to fight. 6-1, apothecary. A table is covered in jars and bottles. Scrolls full of script are tacked to the walls. Now, it seems to me that I could take those jars and bottles. Yeah, why not? I took the twine, right? Isn't that legal? I believe you can, right? Unless it doesn't have to say. I don't think it has to explicitly say that you can take the thing. I really don't think so. You must face the apothecary. If you survive, roll on pot 1 and pot 2. Okay, so if we survive, this guy, a beast, he has 12 hit points. Okay, so this is pot 1 and 2, which is on what page? Pot 1 and 2, I have no idea. So sometimes it helps me to find those early. Page 16. Page 16. Okay, right, so then we fight apothecary. And he has what? Pot 1 for loot. Oh, good. So look at that. Pot 1. So we're going to get all kinds of loot if we can kill this guy, right? All kinds of potions. You can see, though, he's a little bit stronger. So we've got, what I say, 12 hit points? Yowza. Okay, so here's your 12 hit points. The apothecary wears breeches and a leather tunic, which they open to reveal a collection of vials. Pulling one free, they throw it at you as they attack. Now, I'm still going first, but what do we have to look out for on this guy here? A gas cloud. Ooh, what does that say? You shall not pass. You shall not attack next turn. So this guy's a real jerk. But he does have only 1 shift point. So again, not too bad. And he needs a 4-5 and a 1-5. All right, we'll see what's up. Here we are, killing the apothecary. Take your goods, buddy. I got a 1-6. So that's as bad as it could be for me. I missed, and I've got no way to fix that. So now the apothecary attacks me with a 1-3. Ooh, he can get to a 1-4 is the best they can do because they only have 1 shift point. We see that right there. So there's nothing that he can do to me there. And combat, again, once you start getting extra shift points for everybody, accelerates real fast. And everybody fights to the death. There is no fleeing. We do not belong here. Get the heck out of my house. So I can't, let's see here. I've got a, at best I can make a 3-2 if I use both my shift points to do a hack. So what is their interrupt? Blinding smoke on primary 1s and 4s, so that's not a problem. I don't have a 1 or a 4 as either primary. However, they get to use a glowing shield on secondary 2s. So if I go ahead and do my hack, it's a secondary 2, so it's a d6 minus 2 for damage for me. That's a bummer. D6 minus 2 is going to do a whopping, I really got to do something about these dice, a 4. So I'm going to do 2 damage. There we go. Okay. So now they get to roll against me on round 2. Still with 10 hit points, huh? He's got a... Ooh! Okay, so this is special. If you look here, every enemy has a mishap attack roll, and if we roll double 1s, we just miss. If they roll double 1s, something happens. One of the vials smashes at your feet, but nothing happens. You gain, me, an extra attack. So we're going to go to round 3. I guess that's probably still... in round 2, I think they fumbled. I don't think it goes to the next round. I think that just happens now. So let me get a free attack in here. Let me roll a 5-5. Ooh, that is not good for me, right? I don't think I can do anything with that. So my extra attack No good. No good. All right, but then we go to round 3, and now I get to roll again. So this will be me up first in round 3, and I have myself a 3, 2. Look at that. I just happened to smack the side of that thing and stop at a 2. So I have a 3-2. Now this is an exact strike. You'll notice for hack, I need 3-2. Now, just for fun, let's see, where would that be? And again, even the other book doesn't have anything about any bookmarks or anything, which is a real bummer. It is a real bummer. Okay, so combat. I just want to pull this up so we can see here. Of course, this is all in the way. Maneuvers, interrupts. We talked about all of that. 1 interrupt per round. Maneuvers, shift points. So right there in the middle, roll a second paragraph on the left there. Roll a D66, compare the number to your maneuvers, blah, 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 blah. Achieving this without shifting the dice is known as an exact strike. Okay, demonstration of your prowess and skill. It does more damage. You may add your shift points to the damage total, including fatigue die shift adjustments in play. Creatures cannot do this. An exact strike represents the adventurer's weapon expertise. Roll for damage. Okay, right? So how awesome is that, right? So I'm so good at my weapon that his little glowing shield, it's going to take the 2 damage off, but guess what? I get to add my 2 points for my shift. So this one is it's a d6 minus 2 plus 2. So just a flat d6 for damage for me. And we're going to do 3 damage, bringing him down to 7. So now the Apothecary gets to strike again. And I need to be able to see their skills. That extra weight of the dice holding it down on my little stand here is pretty nice. Okay, when they roll a 2-6. So this is round 3. At best, they could shift it to a 1-6 or a 2-5, which means they didn't hit again. That's fantastic for me. But now we get off to round 4. So now we got to worry, right? Because now they have 2 shift points, but we have 3. So we need to end this, and we haven't done as much damage as I was hoping to have been to do by now. So if we take a 1-5 for our roll, and we use just 2 shift points to shift the 1 to a 2 and the 5 to a 4, we have a cleave, which is a d6 minus 1, and it does not trigger their glowing shield defense because secondary is not a 2. So this is just going to be a d6 minus 1. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. Okay. There was a game I played of this where the very first combat, I think I rolled 1 for my damage 5 or 6 times in a row. It was unbelievable. Okay, so now they get to attack me with 2 shift points, right? So now it just got real. Yeah, and see, they can hit me with the smoke bomb this time, or the gas cloud, whatever it's called, right? Boom. So they get a d6 plus 2, and I skip my next attack. So it's they're going to do a d6 minus 2 to poor Eduardo here. Ooh. 0 damage. Plus, I may not attack next turn. Okay, so we're going to go to round 5, and it's just straight up they get to attack me again with it. 3 shift points now. Oh, my word. So again, it looks like they can do the gas cloud pretty easily. So it's a d6 minus 2, and I get skipped again. Okay, so this time they're going to do 3 damage, taking me down to 7 hit points. Alrighty. Next round, we're on to round 6 already. Okay, I got skipped that round. Twice I got skipped because I got gas cloud. Ooh. All right. So they get to roll a 4-2. What can they do with a 4-2? So they also now have, 3-4 shift points. So can they do anything fantastic with that, right? So a 4-2 for them. 3, they can't quite get back down to their stinking thing, but they can get up to a firebomb. Okay, so it's a d6 minus 2, and at least I get to attack this time. So they're going to hit me for, I have 6 hit points. Okay, so I'm down to 6. I'm half dead. All right, so this time, and basically we just keep going back and forth, right? So I'm going to attack, and I got a 1-3. So what I really want is my cleave. So I can easily make that a 2-4 cleave. I have so many shift points now, so now I'm going to hit for a whopping 6 minus 1. It's kind of hidden underneath there. So I hit for 5 damage, bringing them down to 2 hit points, finally. All right, so hopefully I didn't do something silly like skip my own turn or something. This is a little long. All right, they're going to attack me with a 2-5. Uh-oh. 2-5. Yep, they can gas cloud me again. Dang it. That's what. So they can roll a d6. Okay, so they didn't hurt me, but they skipped me. So they get to go again. And they're going to do... Oh, they failed that time. So now... so if they get to go... So I get 2 attacks in a row because it would still be this same round, right? Okay, so I get an attack, and then next round I'll get an attack. So there's my cleave easily. 1-3, I can make a 2-4. So this is a d6 minus 1. Oh my god, so I did 1 damage. Okay, so now the next round comes up, and I get to roll first again. And I've got, oh, a colossal... This is a fail. This is a whiff. No matter what I do, this is a whiff for me. So they get to roll. And they got a 2-6. Oh no, that's their gas cloud again, isn't it? This guy's no pushover, I'll tell you that. So they're going to get to roll, let's see here, d6 minus 2. Ooh, I just took 3 damage, so I'm at 3 hit points. And I got skipped, right? Yeah, I may not attack. Okay, next round, I get skipped. They get to go. They've got a 6-1. So how many shift points do they have? 4. So they got a... wow. So they can shift this down 2, right? And then this, that's going to cost them, this was a 6, right? 6-1. They have 4 points. What can they do with that? If they shift all 4 of these up to a 5, they're not going to get to a 4 or 5. So they missed. All right, okay. So I get to roll. Whew, this is dangerous. I need to kill this guy. I got a 3-2. I have 3, 4, 5 shift points. So I'm actually going to shift this 1 to a 4. That's going to cost me 3 of those points, right? If I go to a 4 and then 1 point here. So that's going to leave me 1 shift point. So it's still legal to get my 2-4. So it's just a d6 minus 1. Basically, as long as I don't roll a 1, I'm gonna win this combat. Yep, I had a feeling. Okay, now they get to attack me. And they're going to do, oh my god, a 2-5, which is good enough for a gas cloud again. So they're going to d6 minus 2. I could die right here. 2 damage is a 1. 2 damage is down to 1 hit point for Eduardo. They skipped me. They get to attack again with a 3-4. So they're attacking again with a 3-4. What can they do? They can gas cloud me again. So I think unless they roll a 2, I'm a dead man. Oh, I lived. They rolled a 1. Okay. So now it's the top of a new round of combat. So I get to roll, and I rolled a 4-2. Dang it. Okay. So we can make this a 3-2 very easily. Come on, Eduardo, don't die. And now I'm rolling with a modifier of -2. Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Right? What did I say? It was a 4-2. It was opposite of what I wanted, right? Right. So if I shift this 2 and I shift that 2, that's 4. I have 3, 4, 5. So I can shift this to a cleave. So it's a d6 minus 1. So as long as I don't roll a 1 again, we win. Okay. All right. Jeez Louise. All right. So we killed the apothecary. So that's going to be 35 experience points. Look at that. No wonder. I'm a little lightheaded after that. So 35 experience. So we have 40. So we have 50 experience points now, right? We're halfway to level 2. Boy, do we need it. And if you remember, over on the back side of my page here, I have a healing potion I'm going to drink right now, which is going to take me from 1 to 10 hit points. Whew, that was pretty close, Eduardo. All right. That guy was almost the bane of my existence. All right, what else did we get here? We got a treasure roll on pot 1. We got 2 treasure rolls on POT 1 and 1 roll on POT 2. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's reset our round tracker. That was intense. All right, POT 1. What did I say? It was page 16 of a different book entirely. This is a little hard to manage these 2 books, especially with one being like sideways and neither one of them having bookmarks. So I'm sorry. All right, so POT 1. So what we're going to do is the red one will be POT 2. And I'm just going to roll all 3 because we just got ourselves a fat lot of potions off this dead body, right? So what I say, the red one is going to be 2. Okay, so we've got a 1. So, oh, look at that, a potion of healing. Okay, healing. That's good. I mean, we had to use one because that guy whooped us, right? The 3 is a potion of phasing. I have no idea what that is. Potion of phasing. Okay, these are on page 16. I should write this down. Like, on the character sheet, it should tell me where it is. And then on POT2, we got a 4. Gain. Oh, that's the best one. Gain health. Okay, so check this out. Oh, now I got to show you now. Because I got one of these before on another one of my games. Okay, so gain health. What the potions are on page 9. All right, so check this out. So that one lets you go above your max hit points, right? So it's called what? Gain health. Gain 15 hit points can exceed. Plus 15 HP exceed. Right? So I can drink that now and have 25 hit points, which you know, it's kind of not a bad idea, right? It can exceed the baseline level. You know what? That way Eduardo won't die right away. Let's just drink it right now. Like after that fight, we're feeling a little thirsty. Yeah, let's do it right now. Our max is 10, but we have 25. Talk about drinking, like slamming your Gatorade, right? That's we are ready to go. While we're here, what does phasing do? Phase through one locked door, ignoring locked status. Ignore one lock door. Okay, cool. You know what? We might want to save that in case we get put in jail or something insane one day. I mean, who knows what happens in this game? The amount of crazy stuff I've seen happen is pretty awesome for only having played it like half of one dungeon, 75% of another level 1 dungeon, and then you can see now we're at like 15% of another dungeon. All right, well, okay, good job, Eduardo. We're halfway to level 2. We've got a potentially locked door here. The easiest way to check for locked doors is this flow chart here. So I'm going to pull this up because on the bottom left, lock results. Basically, I'm going to roll 1d6, and if this rolls to be a 6, all doors are locked because this was wooden. This was not metal or reinforced. This is a wood door. So is it locked? No, it is not. In fact, it's probably barely hanging on the hinges as it is, right? So we know that we can pass through that door, no problem. We still have this archway and that archway and that archway to go through. But let's go ahead and go up here. I'm going to continue our little journey up here. I'm getting super excited. This is a good time for our man here. Let's see what we're going to find. 3 doors. 3 exits, rather. Okay, so we have a 3, 5... Well, let's go. So we can go 3. Wow, this is a tall room. Okay, let's keep it over there. So we can go 1, 2, 3, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a way to actually get. I mean, I could shift the whole room over this way, right? Like 1, 2, 3, and we could definitely squeeze a room in there. But man, you know what? I don't feel like it. I'm not okay with that. So we get to draw the room however we want. This is my freedom. So we're going to do 2 of the 3 doors. And remember, you can't have a door on each edge and you can't put one away from the outer wall. That's okay. So we're good there. So what did Eduardo find out? This is wild. All right, I need to also zoom over. Oh my God, there's got to be a better way. You know what would actually be a better way is if I had tabs. I thought about like I could pull graphics for all of these charts, but it would have taken me 6 million years to do. So instead, I've just grabbed the charts out of the back of the book, and I've got to use the PDF for this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see. How big was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 18. So we're well within the limits here. There's large rooms and small rooms. Separate hotel. Holy smokes. What is that? The stove room, huh? Okay, so 6, 6. Stove room. By the way, I know some of you ask about this and some of the crap I use when I'm playing these games. This is from the D&D campaign case terrain kit. And if you can find it for like $10, may as well. I paid 20 and it doesn't, I mean, I'm using it for this, so it's okay to me. But if I was to suggest you spend your money on anything, you go out and buy yourself a mat. I know that Chessex makes mats that just boom, and they're nice, like vinyl mats or something. They're very nice. Go out and get one of those. Do not get this. This is cardboard with this like weird plastic sheen, like a lamination over it that unfortunately it's a board. So like in the folds here, I wind up getting ink and I just get yourself a mat. That's my recommendation. I just happen to have this and I don't have a gray dungeony looking mat. So I've been using this and I prefer the Chessex mats that I have, and they're like parchment colored, whatever, like yellowed, right? And I love them. But for this, I wanted to play this in what looked like a very dungeony environment because this game, 2d6 dungeon, the main book was black and white, and that's kind of the motif here, and a little bit of red. And it makes very boxy rooms. Everything's going to be a square or a rectangle, and it just kind of felt right to me to go with this like old school look. So Yeah, let me yammer on about stuff that doesn't matter here. Did I do what I needed to do in here? No, let's see the room. Stove room. Wooden doors. So let's make sure we draw our wooden doors so I don't forget later. And let's see, wooden door. I don't know if they're locked or not. It is not unique. Okay, to one side is a hot stove, some chairs, and a large, muddy hemp rug and clay tankard. See, we might want to grab the tankard and put it in our backpack, right? Two seated people jump and attack. Oh, crud. Roll on L1G, L1G minus 1 and L1M minus 1. Afterwards, roll on afterwards TC1 plus 2. So the TC1 plus 2, these people are just sitting around in the stove room having some tea, and here I come kicking the door in. What's up? So L1G, I don't know where that is, so I need to look that up here. Like I'm the guy, what was it? Was it Budweiser? It was Budweiser commercials, wasn't it? All right, L1G, guards. Uh-oh, page 38. We're in for it. Eduardo, it's nice knowing you, my man. Okay, so L1G, where are you? L1G, level 1 guards, minus 1. So we are up again. Oh, this is going to be a 6. 5, 4. It's a guard, so we're going to fight 1 guard. Okay, and then we have L1M, which is what? Marshal. Okay, L1M minus 1. At least we don't have the veteran and guard, because I got swamped by those guys one time. We have a 2 on that then. 3 minus 1 is 2, so... Oh, another guard. Guard X2. Okay, so that's what we've got. We've got 2 guards in this... We have 2 guys we caught on break. Guards. Guard X2. We have 2 on break guards. Eduardo brandishes his great axe. Have we fought guards yet? No, I don't think we have, right? Okay. Now, I gotta find guards here. Guard dog, so guard must be right before that. There they are. Here are the 2 guards that we're going to be fighting. And how many hit points do they have? 7, of course. Just to make the dice complicated for me. Okay, so here's the deal. We will take a 6 and a 1. What does it say? A trained guard wearing light armor who has some basic skills in combat. They have duties within the dungeon and can be seen on patrols and at guard posts. So I will do this and this. I'm doing this, like usually I just write them on the board, on my graph paper I've been using, but for our benefit, I'm going to keep these 2 separate stacks, and hopefully I don't drop the ball. Let's see, what do they got? Shield block on secondary 3s and 5s. 5s. So we have no problem. We're not going to worry about their interrupt at all. We have no secondary 3 and no secondary 5. We have a 2 and a 4. Yeah, buddy, we got these guys. And they only have 7 hit points, 13 shift of 1. So, and their loot is going to be PT1 minus 1, right? So PT1 minus 1 times 2, and that's on page 23. Yeah, I feel like I should have wrote down that T table chart, right? That's 31. 31. Okay. I need to make myself like a little cheat sheet, like a bookmark or something. Okay, so here we go. I guess I'm going to attack either one, doesn't matter to begin with. I've got a 5-3 and 2 shift points to spend. That's a bummer, man, because I can't make anything out of that. I could make a 3-3, or I could make a 3-3-3. I can make a 4-4. I can't do it. I missed. So they're going to get 2 rolls. So guard 1 is going to roll a 2-3. What do they need? Oh god, they're nightmares as well. They can't get up to anything. They need a 6-2, which that one's miles away from, or a 5-3, which they're also miles away from. So guard number 2. All right, 1-2. Miles away from anything. Right. So they whiff as well. These are not the best guards out there. All right, so I have a 5-2. What can I do? I can make that a hack. I can. With my 2 shift points, I can shift the 5 down to a 3, and I have a hack, so it's a D6 on one of the 2. I don't have to worry about their interrupts. Oh, you know what? Did I forget? I always forget about my armor. Did the other guy smack me with a 4 as his lead die ever? I should have had a -1 on it. The apothecary. That one time they did a firebomb? Maybe. Did they even do a firebomb? But the gas cloud they kept hitting me with, they were good to go on that one. I keep forgetting about that. So I've done 3 damage to one of them. So we're going to go from 7 to 4. All right. And now they're both going to attack me. So we'll say the weakest one attacks me first. They have a 4-2. They need 2 shift points to do anything with that, yeah? Yeah, either way around. Okay, and now the one that's fully healed is going to have a something to again. Uh-oh, it's underneath the thing. Oh, man. Oh, you can see it. It's a. Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. Here, let me move this out of the way. It's a 6-2. So we got a 6-2 on the second one there. So again, they would need 2 shift points to do anything. Oh, no, they rolled exactly, didn't they? Yeah, they did. So their 6-2 is a swipe. So they get a D6 minus 2 damage on me. So they're going to get 0 damage. I love it. All right, next round. Let's see what we can do to the weak one here. See if I can finish one of them off. It's mainly because I don't like rolling extra dice. I should have different colored dice in here. I mean, it's not like I don't... Oh, that's so funny. The dice that are within reach are green and yellow. They don't show up on this thing. So never mind. Okay, so I rolled a 1-2, huh? What can I do with a 1-2? I could make this a 3-2 pretty easily because I still have 2 shift points. So there we go. I'm going to hack the weaker one again, which only has 4 hit points. For 1, now it only has 3 hit points. Yay! All right, so now the weaker one's going to attack me first. I mean, I'm not sure if it matters or not, but they might hurt themselves or something. I don't know. So they have a 6-3, so they could easily shift to a 6-2. So a D6 minus 2 damage is going to hit me for nothing. The full hit point guard is going to hit me for a 6-1. Ooh, they can shift that to a swipe, right? Which is a D6 minus 2 again. All right, that's their... You're trying to play smart for them, right? You want to use their bigger thing. Wow, they rolled a 1. So, you know what? I am just the man. I can't be hurt, it looks like. More shift points for everyone. So now I have 3 and they have 2. I rolled a 1-6 for me. Oh, my. Well, I can make that a cleave, yeah? Because I have 3 shift points. So I can shift this once to a 2. And I can shift that twice to a 4. So there's a cleave. So I've got a -1 D6 on the weaker one. Please roll a 4. Ooh, I did 3 damage, so I killed it. Okay, boom. So we're down to just this last one. Now, the dead one doesn't get an attack. So this guy is going to attack me. They rolled a 3-6. 3-6. I need like another wall here. That's what I really need to do is figure out a way to prevent that from happening. All right, so 3-6. They have a... No chance, because no matter what, that 6 can at best be brought down to a 3 using every single one of their shift. Oh, they only have 2 shift. No, they miss. Okay. Round 5. 2 shift points. And now I have 4. Bring it on. I have a 1-3. So can we make that? We can go 2 and 1. Okay, so I can go 1 down, make this a 2, and I can go 2 up, make this a 3. That's only going to cost me 3 shift points, and I have 4, so we're good. So I get a hack. I got a D6 on this guy. Yeah, buddy. All right, there it is. Ooh, whack. Down to 1 hit point. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what happens now when they attack me. Let's see if they can give payback. 2 and 1, and they have how many shift points? 2, 3? So at best, that 2 could become a 5-1. So they don't have a 5-3, so they whiff. We are into round 6. This is where everybody... Oh, I've lost this. Round 6. I didn't make it like a regular die like I should have. All right, so I'm attacking first. Okay, I can easily make that with one shift point. I can make this a 2 and make this a hack, which is a modifier of 0. So all I have to do... Oh, it doesn't matter. They can't block it. Oh, and 1 damage. How sad is that for you, buddy? I even rolled a 1, and that's all I needed. Smack. Okay, so the good news is now we got 20... Oh, my God. We killed 2 of them, so we have 26 experience points. That puts us at 76. We are 3/4 of the way to level 2. Awesome. Okay. Then we get to roll on PT1 -1 twice, right? PT1 -1... twice is whatever they had like in their pouches, right? So what page is that here? PT1 -1 2 times. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll the gray and the white are together and the other 2 are together. Okay. So we've got the gray and the white are a 4 and a 12. So oh wait, no, the gray, yeah, that's right. 4 and a 12. So -1. So a 3 and an 11. So a 3 is empty, and 11 inside is a golden buckle worth D6 plus 2. Okay, D6 plus 2. Ooh, an 8. So it's not just straight gold. We'll say golden buckle. 8G gold buckle. I didn't do that wrong last time, did I? Did I roll and write down just money? It was a gold buckle, not just D6 2 plus 2 gold. D6 plus 2 gold and a potion. Roll on POT2. So now we got to go to POT2, which I don't have. Yeah, POT. So many charts, man, I tell you. POT is 16, and I'll never remember them. That's the worst part. Whoops, going the wrong way. Close your eyes. All right, POT2 is 4. We found a gain. Oh, another gain health. Oh my god. Gain health. Plus 15. I'll put a little star there. Yes, that one's awesome. How did we get 2 of those now? Oh, we could be the man in here. Okay, so that was that. And then what? And then, what does it say? For some reason I have this written. Oh, I did that already. The 2, I rolled on this table twice, yeah. Then it says TCT 1 and 2. Now this is because of the room, the stove room that we're in, right? So these are like, this is like the tea chest thing that we found in this room, which is on page 31. So let's see here. TCT 1 and 2. So we'll make the gray one 1. Oh, wait. TCT 1. Wait a second. Did I write that down wrong? Hold on. What page was that? That was 43. It was page 43. Oh, 1 plus 2, not 1 and 2. Right. Oh, yeah. I can read charts. All right, so TCT with 31. Okay, 31. TCT 1. So we get 1 roll. It's plus 2. We've got ourselves 6, 7, 8. The box is full of wood. Oh, we've seen this one. Wood shavings, but there are some random metal items. Roll MIT 1 and MIT 2, which is on 15. MIT 1 and MIT 2. So let's see here. 15. We'll do gray as 1. White is 2. So we got a 5 and a 5. MIT 1 and 2. So a handful of nails and a pommel of a dagger. Well, those are seemingly small little things. The nails, we can probably stuff them into our little pouch, yeah? So let's see here. So we have a handful of nails. It's just, just packs of stuff that we might find useful. And dagger, pommel. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do with all this, and we might have a little bit too much. It's just using common sense with your inventory, right? Okay, fine. Here we are in the stove room. Let's check this door. It's just a wooden door, so, if we all remember, a 6 means it's locked. We're going to check this top door up here. And it's unlocked, so we know this is unlocked. So, do we check the other door since we're here? Let's leave it be. I want to see what's up in this corner. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see here. What is in that little room? Maybe it's a big room. You don't know. There's no doors. It is a very small room. Wow. So that is a one by two. It's not even a room. It's just like it's a closet. It is a literal closet with no exits. So this is what we found. Just a closet with no exits. Okay, all right. Well, we turn around, we come back into the stove room. It's nice and toasty in here anyway, right? Let's go ahead and check this door to see if it's locked. Remember, 6s are locked doors, not locked. I feel like I can guarantee this won't roll me a 6, so I want to keep grabbing it for doors. That die hates me. Okay, so what do we find if we come out this little door here? 1 exit, 5 by 4, huh? So let's see. With 1 exit, 5 by 4 tall, huh? What if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. We have a door here to maybe fill in over here. Maybe we just put a door on the top end of this like that. See if we can go up some more. Yeah, why not, right? Oop, gotta leave Eduardo where he's at. All right, so now we have to go back to page 42. I feel like I just made like the channel changing sound back in the day, like you hit a static channel. Okay, we found a 4-4. So a 4-4 is the barracks. Uh-oh. This is always bad. 4, because that means there's dudes here. Barracks. The doors on the 4-4 barracks are wooden door, a singular wooden door. I don't know if it's locked yet. It is not a unique room. So the barracks tells me what? You see 2 rows of bunks and some hammocks. There are people here talking. Roll on L1M twice. L1M. I lost my page. Where was I? 4, L1M. Oh, -1, X2. If you survive, roll on TCT1 as you find a tea chest in the corner. TCT1, which, boy, you'd think I'd write that one down. This clearly is like the blue-collar place where we have all these guards, like level of the dungeon, right? And they are scoping out the dungeon. They are making sure that they are drinking their tea. Tea chest table 31. Okay. And L1M is on 38. Okay, in fact, I might actually write that down somewhere around here. I've got a pencil. Because I keep running into this. TCT equals 31. Okay. Hopefully that makes it easier for me to find. There's nothing worse than watching somebody look stuff up in a book constantly, and I try so hard to not do that, but this game is all tables and all books, so it's difficult. All right, we're going to head over to 38 and 39. 38, here we go. So this is what? L1M twice -1. L1M Marshall. L1M 2 times. Let's just roll 2d6. So we got a 4, which is a warrior. Okay. Warrior and a 1 and a scout. Well, let's hope that the scout is weak and makes up for the warrior being probably pretty strong, yeah? Okay. Let's see here. So I need to find those enemies. Warrior and scout. So warrior is going to be way down here. Look at this guy. 2 different enemies is going to be tricky to track, right? And then, what did I say? A scout. Where is a scout? Right here. Okay, and so here is the scout. Oh, man. 9 XP. Oh, 5 hit points. Maybe if we're lucky, we can just one-shot the scout. Maybe we take care of the scout. Swift jump on primary 1s and 6s. And I have neither of those to worry about, so I'm okay. 5 and a 3 and a 6 and a 2. All right. Usually out of the dungeon scouting the area, they strive to avoid combat but are not afraid to fight. Dressed in green and agile on their feet, they thrust the point of a dagger towards you. And the warrior, oh boy, this guy, look at that guy. Oh, we're going to level though, right? A capable warrior trained in the art of combat. They move quickly and appear well equipped. They wear thick black metal bracers, which they can use to block attacks. Bracer block on primary 4s. I don't have that. Dodge on secondary 3s. I don't have that either. Are you kidding me? I don't have to worry about any of these people dodging my stuff. And when they do a flurry, I get to use my armor. Did I forget that again? How funny. To save my life, I can't remember if my armor, when they attack me. Oh, no, they had a 5 and a 6, not a 4. Okay. So, flurry, I do have armor 4. Okay. So this is going to be hard to do. Maybe I just have to put them down here like this. It's a little bit blurrier and a little bit washed out, but it's the best I can do when I have to fight 2 at a time. Okay, so here we go. Round 1, fight! Who do I want to take on first? Let's see if we can just, like, wax this scout and just get it over with, right? Fight this warrior just one-on-one. What do we need here? Yeah, I mean, I think we can do it. We're gonna aim for the scout. And I've got 4/4, so I can get a cleave on that. I can get a -1, D6 -1. So if I roll a 6, the scout is dead. Oh, I probably should apply some HP to these fine folk, huh? Right, so 5 for you and 9. 9 for you, huh? So we'll do this for 9. Okay, so I got a D6 -1 on the scout. Eesh, only 1 damage, bringing you down to 4. Okay, so they're going to attack me. Let's start with the warrior. We'll have the warrior attack me first. The warrior rolls 6. Oh, no. Okay, so one thing you'll note about the warrior here is that they have... God, I wonder if that's even worth it. Is it better for me to put this out here? I don't know. So a 6/6... Every creature has a good and a bad roll. The mishap is a 1/1. The prime attack is a 6/6. The warrior pulls a small dagger from his boot and flicks it at you. It glances off your cheek. Lose 1 hit point. So I just got hit for 1. So that was not so bad. And I imagine that's because we're on floor 1, right? That the bad rolls of the 6/6 aren't the end of the world. So now a scout It's also a guaranteed one, right? There was no roll. Rolls a 2-2, and the scout needs a 5-3 and a 6-2. Yeah, they got nothing on that. Okay, round 2. I'm going to go for the scout again. I want to get rid of the scout. I want to get rid of the easy picking. Oh, God. I can't do anything with a 1-6. We're too far apart. So the warrior is going to roll. And the warrior has a 1-4. Can they get a slash in there? A slash is a 1-2. They only have 1 shift point, so no. The scout rolls a 1-4, which, no, they're miles away. Their first number has to be a 5 or 6. So that's a lot of points away. Okay, so round 3, here we go. Again, I'm going to focus on the scout because I feel like I can burn him down, but maybe I'm wrong. So I have a 3-1. I can make that a 3-2 pretty easily. Let's do that. 3-2, so I'm going to hack against the scout. They've got nothing, primary 1s and 6s. No, so this is just a straight roll. So if I can roll a 4, I kill the scout. Drum roll, please. Yes. All right, so we've eliminated the scout. And now the warrior is going to come at me with a 3-5. And what do they need? So now that we're back down to this, let me put this person up here. It's just easier to read for everybody. It's hard to see those little pips on there. So what did I say here? So they rolled a 3-5. So they have a 3-5, and they have 1 shift point. What can they do? With a 3-5, they can do absolutely nothing to me. Okay, so round 4, here we go. Us against the warrior. You, buddy, we're doing it. We're coming for you, right? And this time we have 3 shift points for us. God, I don't like those super high 6s. They always mess with me because I can't. What do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. So I could bring this down to a 3-4. That's no good. Or, yeah, no, I missed by 1. So the warrior with their new... Oh, my God, again! So they're going to pop me for 1 more unblockable point of damage. I mean, I guess there's worse things it could have rolled. So the next round, round 5, we're going to go shift 2. So now I have 4 shift. So what's up now, buddy? 3-4. We can hit that guy with a 3-2 pretty easily with a hack. And they don't have dodge on secondary 3s. This is a 2. This is a 2. So yeah, secondary, I already checked this, right? Yeah, they got nothing. Nothing. Oh, I got nothing. So there's 1 whole damage. So we'll bring this guy, we'll bring the 4 down to a 3 here. All right. Now the warrior gets to roll with extra shift. So they have 3 shift now. Now it's getting serious. They can hit me real easily here. So a 5-3. So they want to get down to the harder to hit one. They want to do a slash. So that could be 1, and then that's going to be 4. They don't have that much shift. They have 3. So they can't do it. So what about the other one? They could shift this down 1 point and get a flurry on me. But keep in mind the flurry is -3. But I also have a jerkin, and it protects against a primary 4, of which the flurry is. So they get a d6 -4 on me. Yeah, buddy. All right. So here we are, round 6. And, take a look at my armor here, right? I can eventually find, like a helmet or other things to give me more dice that I can just, reduce damage on. It's pretty ingenious, really. So, oh, God, I keep rolling a 1-6 for me, which I can't do anything with. I have 5 points. At best, we could roll this down 2 and leave me 3 points. Well, I guess I could make a cleave out of this, right? 1-6, roll this down and roll this to a 2. Yeah, I guess so, huh? That would leave 2 points. Okay, so a cleave is a -1. So I need to roll a 9 on a d6. -1 is going to get me a 3 damage on this guy. So they're down to 5 hit points. Now they get to roll back against me. And then this is why the combat ends up, winding up. We get tired. We get exhausted, essentially. And we get extra shift points here. So they rolled a 1-2. That's not great. A 1-2. What can they do with a 1-2? Oh, no, that was a perfect hit for them. Dang it. Well, they don't get anything for it. They get a slash of a d6 -2 damage. So they're going to hit me for 0. I've been so weirdly lucky with the damage rolls today. Okay, so I get to roll against them with, 5 shift points. So I got a 2-6. So with a 2-6, so I can drop this down 4 points and make it a 2 and bring this up 1 point to make it a 3, right? That's a 4, and that's 5 points difference. 3, 4, 5. Yikes, I can do it. So I get a d6 damage again. Yes, that's all we needed, because all we needed was a 5. I like it. I like it. All right. So here we go. That's one dead warrior, right? Yes. Okay, so before we have to do all the rest of this mess, we have loot and experience points, and I feel like there's a level up coming here, right? So if we go 76 plus 22 is what, 98? 98 plus 9 is 107? Yeah? So 107. Okay, so experience points, 107. So I'm going to show you here, right? You change level 1 to a 2. Then your needed experience goes from 100 to 500 for level 2, and your precision becomes a +1. It goes from a 0 to a +1. Now, additionally, our maximum HP goes, I didn't write it, goes from 10 to 20, and that's not what I want. Level up. So basically we're looking at level 2 on the chart now. So we don't change any of our maneuvers unless we want to. There's a thing on that I'll get to in a second. But you can see there, shift total is still +2. Our discipline total is still +1, but our precision now becomes +1. That's that. So here's the important part. When this happens, you instantly gain 10 HP and your baseline HP total increases by 10. Your other stats may also increase based on the adventurer's table above, and you may gain a maneuver. If you leveled up during combat with 2 or more enemies, you may adjust the stats instantly during the fight, as if a surge of energy passes through you. Every time you pass a level, you can, if you so desire, swap out one of your maneuvers for another under your weapons list. Each maneuver has a level rating, so we could look at this and we could change out cleave to something else, but I'm very comfortable with what I have. I like those. So notice it also says you instantly gain 10 HP and my baseline increases. So that's okay. So health points. If you have a base of 10, for every level you gain, add 10 HP to this baseline. You do this the minute you have enough XP, which will be while you are in the dungeon. Additionally, immediately gain 10 HP as a result of leveling up, even if that takes you above your current baseline. This means, for example, if you are level 7, you have a baseline of 70, but this is not a cap on how many hit points you can have, for you can exceed that baseline. Potions of gain health, scrolls of surging strength, and some magical objects can boost you beyond this baseline. So do I have 33 hit points now? Like my minimum went up? It makes sense because, you know, had I drank the potions, I'm pushing up the minimum, right? And so that potion would still count. So now we have 33 hit points. So let me write this better to read. 33 and 107. 33 and 107 experience points. Okay. And our baseline is 20. That's easy to track. So that was leveling up. Now we've got a whole smack dab of loot to do, don't we? So we get 2 rolls on PT1. So we killed this guy, and this is all dead here. We got a warrior and a scout. And I just want to keep track. Warrior, X'd out. Scout, X'd out. Okay, so here we are in the barracks. And we get, 2 PT1 rolls. So PT1 is on 23. So let me go find that. 23, we get 2 PT1 rolls, and PT1 is on the left here. Any items can be taken. Of course they can. I mean, it sounds like I can find anything in this dungeon, really. So a 5 and a 3. I got 2 rolls. So that's an 8. Some leaves. I'm going to write that over here. M-A-L-A-K-O leaves. And this is exactly the kind of thing I would think that I would find in the pockets of a scout, right? That's PT1 for the scout, PT1 for the warrior. That warrior does not care to carry stuff around. Is a 4, nothing. The pouch is empty. Okay, so that's that for those guys. But then, if you remember, the room has some stuff we can check out as well, right? Okay, so let's check out the room here. So the room has TCT, oh, that's right, the T chest, this thing, TCT1, right? So let's go see what that is. TCT1 T chest table. I feel like I keep rolling on this same chart. How funny. 8 again, right? More metal. I don't know why. All right, so maybe MIT is becoming, is that 16? Am I finally able to remember? Is that chart on page 16? No, it's not. What was MIT? I know. Why can't you remember? I don't know. MIT one is, 15. 15. Okay, so 15 here is, yeah, we'll do it the same way. The black one, or the gray one will be MIT 1. So we got a 6 and a 3. So we have a forged blade and a metal chain. So, you know, I mean, I think forged metal blades are kind of small. Metal chains. But I do feel like I'm packing around a lot of heavy metal stuff here. Maybe my backpack is a lot fuller. This is for large and heavy items. And in the manual, it does mention, like, you know, hey, you're going to be packing a lot of stuff around because you're going to want to carry a lot of stuff. You kind of just have to, you know, use your common sense. You need to remember, under capacity, look at the very first sentence under the second paragraph. Apply common sense, okay? If you think in real life it would be awkward or weigh you down, then it's a heavy item. So the blades are probably heavy items, right? These forged blades are probably, you know, like working on to being a sword. So maybe they're over here, right? And I can only put 10 of those things in my bag. But if I've got 2 of them in there, and then some twine, some flint and steel, a lantern, a dagger pommel, and a little bit of metal chain, you know, that's not a ton of stuff to fill up a backpack. I could absolutely see me, you know, maybe having a half a bag full of stuff here. I don't know. I have a pretty big backpack, like in real life. So I can carry a lot of crap around. I could easily carry that much stuff around. So there we go. That was our thing. So now, that was the T chest again. How funny, I keep rolling on that TCT1. Okay, so let's head north now. What we have to do is find out if that room is locked. Again, this is a D6, and on a 6, a wooden door is locked. 3, so the door's not locked. We can go up this way. And remember, there's no penalty for just being like, you know what, I want to come to this door and go that way. There's nothing in this dungeon that I haven't already killed or that I haven't found already. So we're going up. We're going to find a 2x2 with 2 doors, okay? So I guess if we do 1, 2, 2... Oh, that's interesting. So we'll do this and this. Okay. But this is a very small... Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I can't. That's not how it works. I forgot. Hold on. This is an important thing. I've been waiting to show you this, and when it finally happens, I screw it up. Okay. If you roll doubles when creating your room, okay, so we're going to keep this... We rolled 3 2s there. You re-roll these and add this. So we have potentially a very large room, not a tiny room. So we have a... Oh, my God. So we have an 8x7. So 7 lengthwise here. So we can go, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7, and we obviously can't get 8 in there. So what we're going to have to do for our room, it's going to just have to be, I mean, I guess we do, we could totally make this work, can't we? We can totally, I don't know if that's legal placing of a door. I don't think so. I don't think that's legal placing of a door. There are some door rules. You cannot place an exit on the wall you entered from. Instead, skip past it to... Let's see here. You cannot place an exit on the outer boundary, but I'm not. If an exit would lead to a space 1 square from a wall, do not add it. It's... I mean... What wall? Like the outer boundary? Or I think it means like if the situation was up here, but I had this room here, and I was drawing this room like this, and I couldn't put my exit here because then the exit would be like this, is what I think it's trying to say here. So maybe that is a valid little tiny closet room we found in our dungeon here. Wow, talk about maximizing this board, huh? Okay, so there we go. So this room, how big is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 3, 21. So it's kind of still just a regular room it wound up being. So let's go back to 21 is on page, what, 42? There we go. All right, so what room was this? What do we find here? We found ourselves in a 4-3. 4-3 is on the next page. The pool room. 4-3, the pool. What kind of pool do you think is in here? The pool room. 4-3, wooden doors, and yes, it is a unique room with wooden doors. Okay, so here is this. Now we don't have to. Yeah, maybe I'll do this. Maybe we'll leave this open for a reason. I'll put a big question mark up in the corner. We'll learn about percentages and whatnot here, possibly at some point. Okay, so we found this place. What did I say it was? A 4-3, the pool room. The only feature in this room is a large tiled bathing pool set into the floor. In the pool is a chest. If you jump in for it, you acquire the soaked status. Ooh, that's no good. However, I care not. Okay, so CT1. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump in, man. Let's go find some cool stuff. What does it say? CT1. I don't know where that is. Of course not. CT. The other thing? Chests and tables. So chess is on 21. Let's go take a look at the chest at the bottom of the pool. And let's see here. 21. Chess table 1. Let's see what this says. Of course. 7. The chest contains a clutter of medical objects, including 2 bandages. I'm definitely taking that. 2 bandages. I can't remember what bandages do, but I'm taking them. A potion of healing and a cabbage. Well, let's just take the cabbage, too. All right, cabbage. A soaked cabbage? Maybe we just leave that guy behind. I don't think that's drying out right. I think waterlogged cabbage is probably not great. I don't think that chest was probably watertight. Yeah, the bandages, they can dry. They're just cloth. And I've got a thing for this, right? What else did I do? 7. A potion of healing. Oh, snap. Okay, so I'm maxed out on potions. Okay, so one other thing I forgot to mention at some point was I did quaff one of those potions of healing at some point, and I want to make sure I kept the empty flask from that. Okay? So I didn't write it down and I didn't talk about it, but that's important to just kind of remember. We have an empty flask in our backpack, okay? I just wrote it on here so we won't forget. So now we're soaked. We haven't talked about this, which is why I wanted to do all this, so that we can learn about what's going on here. Eduardo's up here. So when we're soaked, it's not this one. We never changed that one. This one. Okay. So I want to see... Oh, this won't work well up close. I got to angle it funny so you don't get like nasty glare. So you can see there, soaked and bloodied are things that can have... You know, my handwriting is usually much better like with a pencil or a pen, not this crazy thing. All right, so we're soaked now. So what we would do is we would fill in a box on soaked. And for every room we walk through, we become closer and closer to catching pneumonia, at which point we get -1 HP per room until we are heated. So if we're up here in the pool room and we're soaking wet, and then we put a little 1 mark in there, we are only 2 rooms away from the warm stove room, right? And if not even there, one of these other rooms was super warm too. I think it was here or the indoor camp or the artist mason's workshop. Some other room had fire. So I think that we're okay to just go there and dry off and wait for a moment. Now, I don't know if this is in the rules or not, so I'm just going to check something out here because I kind of want to, oh, that's not what I want. I kind of want to fool with this here. So I have, where would you be? Right here. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is, does it make good sense? Like, do I have to do anything, or do I just like be in the room, right? Like I can't light a fire wherever I want. I have to be in a room that has a fire or a fire pit or something, right? And that's what you can use to go ahead and remove the soaked status. But my question is do I have to pass time to make that happen? It would make sense to me, right? That I'm trying to like look through the manual here real fast and just see if I can find the thing, and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, here. Let's learn together. You experience 2 in-game conditions, bloodied and soaked. Soaked works the same way as being bloodied. After 8 rooms instead of a fever, you gain pneumonia. You can remove all the ticks once you are dry. You can also become bloodied through inventive usage, blah, 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 blah. You can do this automatically. So it says automatically, right? So if I'm covered in blood, I would go into the pool room and wash myself off, and I'm automatically not in blood, right? I'm like, if I jump in, I'm now soaked, but I could, use maybe these bandages as towels. Maybe they're just small, and it takes a while. While bloodied, you run the risk of becoming infected. After encountering 8 rooms, you gain... Okay, so it's the same idea. Once washed, nowhere in here does it talk about time passing is what I'm getting at. And what I'm trying to figure out is, should I make a patrol roll for just hanging out here? Now, I thought I had... Do I have a patrol check here somewhere? Check to see if a door is locked. Oh, I didn't even realize I had this. How handy. I've been just using the bottom left corner of this thing. So, attempt to cast a spell. Pick a lock. Make a loud noise. Maybe I don't have the patrol thing on here. Okay, so anyway, during certain situations, if you make noise, you have to check for a patrol. And I'm wondering if, like, passing time and sitting here drying off means, because I was drenched, maybe I should eat a ration for a minute and just dry off, and that might pass some time, and I have to roll for patrol. But it kind of doesn't sound like it, even though I'm like soaked to the bone. Maybe it wasn't soaked to the bone. I mean, like, it's a pool room, but it's not like a Olympic-sized swimming pool room. Maybe it was like more of like a bathhouse type thing, and I just had to go into the shallow end. Maybe I'm not that soaked. Maybe it was just my boots, and so I just had to go there, wring them out, sit by the fire for just a moment, less time than it would take for that long, lengthy combat. Maybe I don't make any noise doing this. I'm trying to be quiet, so maybe we don't have to make a roll. So let's send Eduardo back up into the pool room to check on that door. Oh, I don't know if they're locked or not. So let's check. I don't know if this is locked, and I don't know if this is locked. So let's roll a d6 and find out if this door is locked. So we're never, oh my god, it's locked. We're never going to explore this side. I'm going to leave this blank on purpose because that's another rules explanation thing that we can do at some point where it talks about getting through the dungeon and not exploring everything or getting to the floor. So that's a locked door. So let's do a little bit more learning here. Remember in the beginning when we took a melt metal scroll, right? We took a melt metal scroll and haven't used it yet. We can use it on enemies. Like, it could be our first attack for the round. And remember, we have fought enemies that have a shield, and we can cast our scroll and melt their shield, and it ignores that interrupt for that character, for that guy we're fighting. So I'm kind of hoping to save that for that. But we don't have any lockpicks. Well, what I could do is cast Melt Metal. Let's do it. So the way you cast spells in this, right? So I think it was on here as well. No, not there. Right there. So attempt to cast a spell from a scroll. 2d6. Use a discipline modifier to shift the dice. If you roll a double, then the spell is cast successfully. Then it says fail. Failed to cast... Who knows? Oh my god. Maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe this sounds horrible. What does the rule book say here? Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe I don't want to do this, and I just want to save that in case of a pinch, because we have plenty of other doors, right? Maybe I changed my mind. The spell also fails. What does it say about failing? Added the fail cast. Failed to cast correctly. Oh, yeah. If you fail to cast the spell, then there may be complications. Roll on the failed to cast correctly table. Let's see what that looks like. I've never seen it before. Failed to cast correctly. Page 7. I'm excited. I've never seen this before, so let's see what it looks like, just so we know what we're getting into, because maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's the end of the world. Failed to cast correctly. Oh, dear. Oh, I could take some damage. I could take 8 damage if I roll really poorly. Oh, my God. We can gain some health. Ay. You know what? Maybe we just leave the lock alone, because the chances of me rolling doubles and having one shift for fun seem awfully slim. Oh, how funny. I would have been able to do it, right? So we're going to pass on that. We're going to go 1, 2. So, we're going to come back down here, and maybe we're going to check out that archway since we don't have to roll for a door. All right. What do we find in here? Oh, my God. Okay, so 5-2 with 1 exit. So a 5-2 with 1 exit. So let's do this, I guess. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe this comes out. Okay, so here's an interesting situation. Like, what do you do when you run into some kind of garbage like this? We have 2 options. So one of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We could do a little fudging. We could do a little fudging, right? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Or, because maybe we want to keep our options open, we do this. Maybe this is what we actually found. Maybe that's the room that we found, right? Maybe this is how we found this place. We have 1 exit. We're adhering to all the rules. Why not? This leaves this open for us because we desperately want more unlocked doors, right? Okay, so let's see here. So what was this room? It's only a 3, 4, 5 by 2 is a 10, so it's a normal-sized room. That we know to be on, what, 42, which, oh god, it takes forever to scroll. 40, because there's no bookmarks. 42 is a 2-1? What is a 2-1? 2-1 is going to be the blacksmiths. Yeah. 2-1, blacksmith. So you know what's going to happen is we're going to find all kinds of more stuff in here, right? We don't already have a blacksmith, right? Apothecary, artisan... Oh, Mason's workshop, pool room. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, blacksmith. Yes, it's unique. I need a different color Sharpie for the, dry erase for this. Blacksmith, wooden doors. That's what I'm looking for. Wooden door. Okay, so we don't know if it's locked. All right, cool. Blacksmith, what have we found? There is an anvil on a block, a glowing furnace, and walls lined with worn tools. So even so, right, we could be shedding our soaked, right, in this room. It's warm. It's hot in here. There's someone here. You must fight the blacksmith. If you survive, roll on MIT1. Hey, that's all of our metal, right? Which I should write down. That's page 15, I think, right? You know what? They definitely put the metal workers. MIT is on page 15, right? They definitely put all of those all the blue collar workers up top, right? And so we got to fight the blacksmith. Okay, so let's find the blacksmith here. Where are you? You are close to the top, my friend. You are the third one down. Look at this. Look at this guy. He looks like a happy camper here. What do we got here? A heavy artisan wearing a heavy leather apron used to hammering metal so they are strong and resistant. And he has only 6 HP. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what do we have to worry about? So he does crossed arms on secondary 3s. Did we find a blacksmith already? A jailer, an artisan. I don't remember. Did I forget to write down that we fought the apothecary? I don't remember. All right, apothecary, some guards, a warrior, a scout, an empty pool room if we ever want to wash blood off ourselves. Secondary 3s, we don't have any secondary 3s and 6s. We don't have any secondary 6s, so I think we're good. And his one attack is a hammer blow, so we get to our jerkin will absorb that. Great, let's get this party started, buddy. I got a 2-3. Backwards of what I need though, right? So let's go ahead and make this I have 2 shift points. We can shift this 3 to a 2 and that 3 to a 2. So these are 3 and 2 becomes a hack. And secondary 3s and 6s. You got nothing for it, buddy. I can kill you in 1 hit. I'm not afraid. Ooh, almost. Look at that. 1. So now they're going to attack me. And he needs a 4-3. You ain't nothing, buddy. 4. Yeah, you're so far away with your 1 shift point. Okay, so round 2. All I have to do is 1 more point of damage. 6-4. I can't do anything with that. So I missed. So now he is going to roll his 4-3 again. A 6-5. You are miles away again, I think. Yeah, with your 1 shift point. Having metal worker. And when you kill him, you roll an MIT1. So yeah, we're gonna get 2 rolls on that. I'm just gonna put the X2 on here. Now he can't kill me. I have so many hit points. 6-1. Was that me? 6-1? Well, I missed. And now they get to go. They have a 5-5. Not quite. You can't get there with your 1 shift point. So now we're going to go to round 4. So I am going to get an extra shift point now. So I have a 6-4. Buddy. So I have 3 shift points. I could make that 6 a 3 and not hit again. Wow, we are just whiffing. I guess, I don't like fighting in my damp clothes. And they have a 2-6. You can't do anything with that either. All right, wow, we're just going straight to the end with a whole bunch of whiffs. I landed 1 hit on this guy, and he's just like dodging out of the way now. So I rolled a 6-2, and I can make that a hack. Boom. So it doesn't really matter what I roll as long as it's 1 point of damage or more, and they get no minuses. Oh my gosh, and of course I roll a 1. How funny. Well, there it is. Okay, there it is. So we killed the blacksmith. So let's go ahead and take MIT. Oh, and PT1. So we got to roll on PT1 for our loot, and MIT1 for him and for the room. And 9 experience points is going to give us 116. 116. It's a long way to 500. It really. Oh, where were we? Blacksmith. Oh, and I did the same thing. I didn't write down that we killed the blacksmith. Blacksmith dead. All right, pal. We got to do some looting. All right, this is the best part. What do we find here? MIT1 twice? Oh boy, so MIT1 we know to be on page 15. Scroll, scroll, scroll. I didn't know how many of these I was going to use, and so it didn't seem like a good idea to cut out all kinds of graphics. So MIT1 twice. So we're going to find ourselves an 8. Oh, it's only 1 die. What am I going to do? Oh, twice. No, that's good. So a 6 and a 2. Okay, so another forged blade and a metal hammer. I don't think I can carry around this much heavy metal. I keep finding heavy metal, and I can't carry it. So I'm just going to make a little note. There's a hammer and a forged blade. Just laying on the ground, or just sitting around the fire. I don't know. There's just some stuff there. And then now did this guy, is PT1 right here somewhere too, please? Of course it's not. I don't see PT. Okay, so PT would be on 23. So we got to check his pockets. The pouch, PT1. We're going to find ourselves with a 7? A few coins rattle around. A 4, what? That's a lot of few coins. 4d6 C. Oh, CC. No, that is just a few coins. So what do we got there? 11, 17 CC. Yeah, that's like the lowest currency there is. And then 2d6 SC. So a little bit more valuable. 2d6 SC. So we have 8 SC. Okay, look at us. All right, we got some good stuff here. Moving right along. So let's go up this way and just kind of, or we can like spin around down here and see what's all, what this is all about. See if our tomfoolery with our room size paid off or not. Let's check and see if that door is locked. Remember, it's a wooden door. I can't believe that's all I'm rolling. On a 6, it is locked. Looking like this is going to be a 3, so it's not locked. Okay, carrying on. We have a 2 by 4, huh? So a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll bump right up against it, and we have 2 exits. Well, that's not going to happen, is it, pal? So we're going to go 1 exit, and a 2 is just going to bring us over here. I mean, I guess we could do this to, like, maximize... oh, wait, 2, 2... Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't. We can do 1, 2... Yeah, that's... It has to connect. 2 by 4, right? So 2 by 4. So this is our room, right? So this is all... Can't be anything now either. Okay, so there's that. And then we have, and the exit. I don't know what this is yet. All right, so we have an 8, a size 8 room. I think we've seen this room, yeah? All right, I've rolled so many dice today. Another barracks, which is not a unique room. Okay, that means we're going to be in Mortal Kombat again. Right next to this barracks, up right above it here, right? So barracks, and then it's wooden doors, right? Yeah. Wooden door, in this case, singular. Okay, so we don't know what's up. And barracks. You see 2 rows of bunks and some hammocks. There are people here talking. Roll on L1M twice. L1MX2, right? That's what that said. L1M, -1, that's what it is. L1M-1X2, okay. Your algebra teacher will be so happy with you. If you survive the fight, roll on TCT1 because you find a T chest in the corner. And L1M, is that the one on 16? No, it's on 38. That one's actually really close to us here. 30, 38, 38, 38. L1M twice, -1 each time. L1M, this is the martial guys again. So a 0, so that's a scout, and a 2. So wait a minute. So 2 scouts? Okay, I can do this. If I remember right, those scouts were not too strong, right? So we fought, where's the scouts? Scouts, right here. So we're going to fight 2 of these guys, right? And they only have, what, 5 hit points apiece? I'm on it. And swift jump on primary 1s and 6s. I have neither of those. Okay, and so we're going to have 2 guys with 5 hit points apiece. This is very, very doable. Okay, I never reset my round tracker. Where are we at? Round 1. Fight. All right, so let's see here. T-chest having... Okay, so 5 and 3. I can't do anything with that. That was a terrible first roll for me. Yeah, I'm too far off of everything, unfortunately. So now we're going to do 2 rolls for them. So 1 roll is going to wind up a 6-1. They can totally do a quick charge. D6 -2. D6 -2 is, yeah, wow. So 1 point of damage, so I'm at 32. I feel like I have so many hit points now because of those potions. That's insane. And then, like, I almost feel like we're gonna cruise right on down to the second floor here. 3 and 6, the second one rolled, so they're too far off to be able to do anything. So round 2 is going to come. So I'm going to attack. Boom! I have something 4-6. Can I even use that? No, I need way too much. I miss again, so they're gonna get 2 rolls against me. They've got a 5-2. They can totally do another quick charge, so one of them will do one quick charge. That's -2 damage, whatever it is. Okay, so that one does no damage. The second one is going to attack, and it's a 3-3. Wow, what can they do with that? Absolutely nothing. They only have one shift point at this point. Okay, so they missed. So off to round 3. So I'm going to... I haven't landed a single hit yet. Oh! Okay, so here's how this works if we roll 6-6. So the way this is, we get to choose any one of our maneuvers. We get to pick. And it's as if we rolled exactly it, so we can add our shift points to it, right? I think I have that on a little chart here somewhere in the top right-hand corner. If you roll a double 6 for an attack roll, you've performed a prime attack and can select any one of your maneuvers and perform it successfully. And I get to add my 2 shift points. So no matter what I roll, it's this +2. So somebody's taken 3 points of damage. Yeah. Oh, somebody got absolutely destroyed. So we're going to kill one of them. So then the remaining one gets to attack me. And they've got a... Can you see it? Oh, it came back around. A 2-2. So can they do anything with a 2-2? Can they make... No, they're way far away from a 2-2. They only have 0 shift points. Okay, so we're going to go to round 4. So I'm going to attack once again. I can make that a hack pretty easily. So we're going to roll a d6. I can kill you if I roll a 5 or a 6. Or a 1, sounds great. 2, yeah. All right, so then we have... Oh, they rolled a 1-1. What's their fail? The scout tries to grab your weapon, but instead twists their wrists and takes 1 damage. Wow, how funny. I've not seen that. Okay, so round 5. Time to end this fight. You scouts are nothing. Oh, 6-5. That might be hard for me to deal with. So I'm going to have 4 shift points this time, huh? So I can go 1 of these down to a 4. That leaves me 3 shift points to take this to a 3. So a 3-4 gives me absolutely nothing. So they are going to attack. And now they have 2 3 shift points. Wow. So they have a 4-1. So with a 4-1... And what did I say? 3 shift points? Eesh. I think they can do it, right? With a 4-1... This can shift up 2 to a 3, and that leaves them 1. This can shift up to a 5. So she's got a 5-3 jab, d6 -3. So I took a damage, 31. Okay, not bad. All right, final. This is it. We're going for the +3s here. I only need to do 3 damage to you. How hard can this possibly be? 1-4. All right, well... Harder than I thought. Can I modify that by 2 and that by 2? Do I have 4 points here somehow? I have 3, 4, 5. Yes, so here comes another hack. So all I need to do is 3 damage. There it is. Okay, so we killed 2 scouts in this room. How do you like them apples? So that's 18 more experience points. So we'll just write +18. We'll do all that later. We're a long way from 500. And then we got PT1, which is what? 23, right? So we're going to get some loot out of this. We get to do that twice. So we're going to roll on PT1 twice. So the first roll is an 8. A few of these leaves. So I'm going to put these leaves over here. A few leaves, X2. And then we're going to roll for the second one here. But of course they would have leaves on them. How funny. Oh my god, and again. So times 3. Isn't that what we got off of this person last time? I rolled 8s for all 3 of the scouts I have fought. And you know what? That makes complete sense to me. Okay, so that was all of their treasure, all of their experience points. Let's see what's left. There was a tea chest in here. Now, we don't have it. Oh, I guess we do, right? That's on page 31. So let's go see what that says. 31, the tea chest here. Tea chest table 1. We have ourselves a 4. There is the smell of tea in the chest, but nothing more. Okay, that makes sense. You know, that's going to happen. I figured that would happen an awful lot. Where were we? The barracks here. So we fought 2 scouts in here. We fought a lot of guys. Okay, they are now dead. So let's check on that door. Let's see if we can go over this way. It's locked. Oh, no. So we know this door to be locked, huh? Rattle, 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 shaking the door, nothing there. Okay, fine. Let's walk back. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And we're going to go up. Let's see what we find up in this room up here. Eduardo, you see the exit, but you can't leave. Okay. Oh, hang on. I literally have to consult the flowchart for this. What does that say? I think I just re-roll, right? Like for the ones, like I have to redo them. Were the doubles rolled? Yes. Is one of the values a 1? Yes. Draw the corridor. Oh, it's not on ones and... rolls doubled. Yes, we're both 6s. No, right? Oh, so yeah, I do roll on those again. Okay, so 1, 1. So it's going to have 3 exits. So this could be a 7 by 7. You don't keep rolling, by the way. So it wound up being just a 5, 4. So not the massive room that I wanted it to be. Those do happen, and it's a whole world of crazy stuff that you find. It's pretty wild. So, oh my god. So we can only go 1, 3, 4, and I think 5. 3, 4, 5. So I think what we need to do to make this work is a little fudgery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I guess that's, well, if we do this and we put a door here, say, well, let's put it over here. We I guess we could totally get, boy, that's a terrible line. We could totally get one more door, I guess, over here. What do we think about that? That seems a little not great. But you never know. It could be a hallway that connects to that other door. And just like something like 4 Against Darkness, just fudge it. Just fudge it. Like there's probably no reason why I can't fudge this like this, right? Like there's probably no reason why that's not a completely legitimate thing to do just to make the dungeon make sense, right? Let's just do it. We know that it's a locked door already, but you know, hey, there it is, a wooden door on the other side of that wall. This is somewhere in the book. It says something along the lines of like, you know, hey, this situation is going to happen where you can just connect a corridor to a door because that's you learning your way around the dungeon and knowing like it's, you know, you're familiar with what's on this side, so you know when you walk in and you're not that far over, you know that down that hallway is that wooden door. But these might not necessarily be wooden doors. So we have 4 by 5 here. That's what, 20. So we're still, I can't believe we haven't seen like a super small room or a super big room yet. I keep rolling like dead center for stuff. Okay, well, let's see. Off to table on 42 again. What did we find here? All right, 6, 5. All right, so 6, 5. No TCT1 again here. All right, 6, 5. That's the next page. 6, 5. Empty space. Okay, well, that's funny. That's the very next room over was the same, right? 6, 5. Empty space. Empty space. When we came in, the room just off the entrance was also a big empty space room. There's nobody here. Archways, good deal. See, okay, I like that. So we're gonna do some archways, just like that. Okay, cool. Well, I'm all for it. Let's keep going. Let's go north. Let's just see what's up here now. Bingo. 5, 5. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, hold up. We need to keep track of this now because this could potentially be a massive room. Okay. Oh wow, with one exit. Ooh. Okay. So if I roll big again, come on, roll high, roll high, roll high. Okay. What a weird room, but there it is. Okay. So we have it is 11 this way. We could totally find a way to make this work, right? So, and then how many tall? 6. Yeah, we could totally do this. Okay, so if we go, so this will be like blacked out space, right? So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my doggy, look at this. Okay, and then 6 tall. 3, 4, 5, wait, I can't count. 1, 2, 3. Way up here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look at the size of this room. Give me a second on the door. Holy cow. Look at the size of that room. That's amazing. Okay, so this, oh, and this is off too. This could be a whole nothing in here as well. You can hear me catching the seam, right? And now all this ink is going to be in the seam. And like I said, get yourself a mat. And ooh, I kind of want to go buy a mat now and just give this to a buddy's friend. Yeah, kid. Okay, so we have, wow, interesting. So I think we have one, I can't believe we have one exit out of this. I think that one exit door, should it be up here? Because we know whatever we draw here is going to go this way. There's no guarantee we can, and maybe it's just on the side. Maybe it's just over here. Air on the side of more upwards up here. Wow, how exciting. What a gigantic room with one single exit. Now, this is a special case. This is not level 1 rooms human ancestry. This is level 1 large rooms, 32 squares or larger, right? This was 66 rooms, squares rather. This was ginormous. And so the only room I can recall, I can't remember what my other dungeon had, but I had one looking at it. I want to say it was a dormitory? Penitentiary, I've seen that too. So yeah, maybe I've seen that. Maybe I've seen 3 of these. The temple is the only one I remember. So let's see what we find. This will be all new. If I roll a 7, I'm re-rolling it just for fun. 10. Okay, so we found a 10. So there's not a like giant thing here. This is only 12 rooms. Interesting. We got a 10. This is a slate shrine. 5/5 slate shrine. Okay, slate shrine. Yes, it is unique. The exits out of the slate shrine, the single room, is an archway. Slate shrine. A large slate monolith stands in the center. I'm not an artist, but I think this is cool. Okay. Hanging from it is a gold amulet. Ooh, okay. Well, there's like a little hook here with a gold amulet. Little hook. Shiny little gold amulet. Okay. Wow. All right. I can't draw. All right. Oh, if you have 4 gems. See, I don't. Do I have any gems? I think I thought I had gems. No, I have a gold belt buckle. I thought I had gems, but that was where I screwed up and can't read. Okay, so 2d6 GC. Okay, so let's see here. 3. Okay, let's write that down over here. So we have a 3G gold amulet. Gold amulet. This is exciting. The amulet of Yendor. All right, amulet. 4 slots, and this is 10 on this here. So gold amulet. Let me write it here. Gold amulet. 4 gem slots. And oh man, I want this thing. GCT1. GCT1. Okay, so we don't have that. But we have the thing. We have the amulet. Here's my giant room. Boom. There was a gold amulet. We're taking it, but we don't have any gems, but that's okay. Wow, what a room. Okay. Let's go this way and just see what happens. That was exciting. Oh, you're up here, buddy. All right, so we have a 4-3 with 1 exit. 4-3, huh? So we can't really do 4, but we could totally do 3. Let's put the 3 up here, and we can go 3x3. And our 1 exit, we will say, is right here. This way, you know, we have 2 ways in here. I'm feeling pretty good about coming to the end of this dungeon in this scenario, right? So we have a 9-sized room here. So back to the normal chart. Not nearly as exciting as this big, large room chart where stuff happens. So one thing I do want to point out is, and if I had one complaint about this, is that I can't figure out how the boss system works in here really well at all, right? So 4 Against Darkness has a very clear boss system to end the dungeon, which is great and fantastic for that. D100 Dungeon has a, I think, wonderful quest system, right? That tells you what you're doing there. This is hard for me to determine because it's something like you've explored enough of it once you hit a certain percentage. Like, and if I'm all the way over here, I don't have to go all the way up there. And then like there might be a boss room in here, maybe. And like the maybe part is where I start to have trouble because if you look here on level 1 rooms, you just see a bunch of these like unique rooms. Does anywhere like does something catch your eye that says one's a boss? No. Anything here on any of these 2? Anything that catches your eye? No. What if we go to the large rooms? Any of this stand out? No. Like, I'm not going to sit and read every one of these, right? So what if we go to the small rooms? Level 1 small rooms. Anything here stand out in your face as a small room with a boss or something? No. So, you know, it's not there. But take a quick look at page 43, no, 44. And on the regular rooms on floor 2 of the dungeon, we have this throne room. And it says, sitting on the throne room is an overlord. The large figure rises and sneers. You must face them. It has metal doors, and it says 60% yes. Meaning, if at some point you're in the dungeon on floor 2, and you just happen to roll an 8, and you've explored 60% or more of the dungeon, that's the boss room. And you just have to, like, look at all the chart and see for that 60%, I think. It's just weird. Like, it seemed to me that should have been red. You know? Something. There should have been something that called this out, and it's just me, I think, that doesn't understand this, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it reads easily to me to figure out how to get out of here. So my thinking is on floor 1, I'm just basically trying to cover like most of the dungeon floor here, and then we find the staircase to get out of here, because it just seems like there's not a whole lot of like exit, right? So let's see here. Let me see if we can take a look at this real fast here before we go find out what this room is. See, there's all kinds of descriptions about locks and unique rooms and special doors and whatnot. Oh, here, it even points this one out. Some rooms only appear after a dungeon level has revealed a percentage of its rooms. These are feature rooms of the level in which a boss of the level will be encountered. For example, Throne Room on the level 2 rooms table has a 60% yes in a unique column. This means that at least 60%, roughly, I mean, you know, more or less, of the level has to be explored before this room appears. If you do roll it before 60%, re-roll. If the level has a boss room, how do you know? That's what I'm getting at. How do you know? Is it you just have to look at the charts ahead of time and hope that catches your eye? Why isn't it red like in the example here, in fact? Add it as the last room. If there is more than one special unique room for the level, at least one must be encountered on the level, but not all. If left until the last room, randomly determine which one is selected. The last room can be a large room. It just, I don't know. For some reason, I have a hard time with this. I have a hard time figuring out how to get to the end, despite having read this twice. So I guess apparently I need to read it a third time. Let's just take a look here. Step 15 of room creation. When you reach the last room on the level, the final room going forward that can be placed in the given space, place a stair. So it's just when I run out of rooms, I guess. Place a downward arrow. Now, I could have sworn I read something that said that I don't have to do every little nook and cranny. But there was like a 75% rule or something. I can't find it now, and I swear that I remember reading it. So maybe I'll have another look-see at this. We'll figure out how it works. Anyway, we have this room. We got to go back to the right chart here. 42. What kind of... Oh, this is definitely not the right page. 42. Okay. We're getting down to it. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 rooms. Okay, so we have a 4-6 on this regular chart here. 4-6, this is a 9-size room. The canteen. I can't say I've ever seen this room either. The canteen. Okay, the canteen. We found 3 rough tables, a few chairs, and stools stand next to a wooden bar. I mean, tell me this doesn't feel like a real level. And maybe they built this around the gold amulet slate shrine, right? Because it's kind of in the center here. The barman yells and attacks. Use laborer stats. Also face a patron. Roll on L1. L1W -1. And a what? The canteen, a laborer. Okay. Labour-er. We gotta find that. And fight, and there's no extra stuff. It does have wooden doors, and it is unique. Okay, so this is a unique... Oh, jeez. It's a small room, too. Kind of small, I mean. So it is unique, and we have a... bartender? Barman. The barman. The barman and a, whatever I roll, we don't know yet. And it has a wooden door out the back. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see. We have a L1W. What's L1W? L1W. Oh, that's the one I never know, huh? One of the many. L1... It's on the wrong... That's my other problem, is I don't have them in the right order. L1W is a warden. Warden. So what page is that? 38. So fairly close to where we are. A warden, it's a L1W -1. So he rolled, oof, that's probably bad. A jailer, L1W -1 is a jailer, a 5. Oh, God. So we caught a jailer on break. And you know what? Too bad, so sad for you, buddy. We killed your other jailer friend earlier. So there was a time, like the last game I was playing of this, the one I have ongoing in my little book there, I had killed a guard, I had done something, and I had found, oh, that's what it was arrow holes in a wall, and I stuck my hand in the arrow holes, and I pulled out, is that what it was? No, I think I killed a guard, and I found a scroll or a note or a letter. What happened? It was a roll on the unusual stuff table, and the unusual stuff table, I found a note that said, like Amir did it. And then it was like, okay, every time you run into a guard, roll a d6. On a 4 through 6, that guard is Amir until you find Amir. And when you kill Amir, roll on this extra table. And so I had found that this guard, Amir, had stolen a scroll of lightning strike. And I found it, of course, on their person and took it. It was pretty awesome because lightning strike looks like it does like 50 damage or something absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so I've never fought a laborer before. Oh, God, thank goodness. They are not difficult. They have 4 hit points. And the jailer we know to be a little tough, though. All right, so there's medics in here. There's guard dogs, blacksmith, crazed preachers. I've fought a lot of cultists. We haven't today. Dark clerics. Look at all the enemies. This is 4-1. Fungal. I can't believe we haven't fought a fungal anything yet. That's surprising to me. Especially, I happen to have a dungeon. I rolled all fungal stuff. A giant horned anaconda, a guard dog, a huge rat, infernal monk, a huge spider. I mean, there's so many cool things to fight in here. Okay, so we have a jailer with 6 hit points and this guy with 4. So let's do this again since it worked out so well for me last time. The jailer with 6 hits, the laborer, poorly equipped and unarmed. This laborer offers little challenge, but they have learned patience and do a range of jobs around the dungeon, which they will fiercely defend. It sounds like capitalism has gotten run amok in their heads. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Ooh, he can do an uppercut with a 3-5. All right, so who am I going to attack to begin with? Now, neither one of these guys are particularly difficult to kill. Secondary 2s. Ooh, so the jailer doesn't want me to hit him hard. Shove on primary 2s, and I can't cleave the laborer. Let me just fight the laborer. Let me just wax this guy real quick here, right? Let's just make... How do I keep rolling the same thing? 6-1. I can't do anything with that. So we're going to do the jailer strikes first. He stands up from his chair. Whap! 4-1. Ooh, yeah, because he only needs... See, the problem is it's blurry when it's like this. So a 4-1, a 5-1. He can turn that into the sharp kick. I just got kicked in the teeth for a d6 -2. So I just took 2 points of damage. So I'm down to 29. Look at how strong I am. And I still have all of these healing potions. I can't believe how lucky we are. This might just have to become a thing, right? Eduardo here is taking it to him. Okay, so what else do we have here? The other guy gets to roll now. The laborer. And this is 4-2. He needs a 2-5. He's miles away with his single shift point there. So we're going to go to round 2. I attack once again the laborer. I got a 1-1, so I failed, of course. Oh, here I'm messing up my pile. All right, whatever. Okay, so now we're going to do the jailer again. The jailer is going to do 3-4. I know it's blurry. 3-3, so he can do that. So he can do a punch. He can easily get to a punch and hit me for d6 -3. So he hits me for 0 damage. All right, now the laborer gets to attack. The laborer is going to do a 3-1. He needs a 2-5. He's miles away, yeah. Okay, 3. Now I'm going to attack the laborer. Again, I just want you off the board, pal. And I can't seem to hit anybody. A 1-3. I can finally make a 2-4. I can cleave the laborer. God, I don't want to. Do I have 3 shift points? No, no. Yeah, so best I can do is a cleave, so I'm at... Interrupt. -2 damage on primary 2s. So I'm at a d6 -3. So I did 1 damage to this guy. Okay, the jailer gets to attack. The jailer's going to go 4-5, so he can't quite get anywhere with only 1 point. Okay, and so the laborer with the 5-5, again, miles away. I would need 3 points to change that first one. He has 1. Okay, so we're going to go on to round 4. So I'm attacking the laborer again. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Oh my god, 5-6. What can I do with that? Or 6-5, I'm sorry. Okay, so I can roll this down. So that's going to leave me 2-4-4-4. Nope, I can't do anything. I missed again. Mr. Jailer gets to attack me. And this time the Jailer has 2 points, right? So they have a 2-3. Uh-oh. They can absolutely do a punch again. D6 minus 3. Yep, D6 minus 3. Man, I just bam, bam. Of course, I got like the brawling. Ooh, I got 2 more damage. 27. I have like the drunken brawling Jailer in here. He's like after his shift, and he's just ready to box. Wow. Okay, what does the laborer do? 1. No, he needs a 2-5. Does he have 2 shift points? He does. He's got it. And then I get hit by an uppercut. Bam. Oh, I'm getting my teeth knocked out here. D6 minus 3. Oh my god, I just got hit for 3 points from the barkeep. You do not. He is a retired adventurer or something. So I have 24 hit points. Wow, man. All right, round 5. Here we go. Let's take out the laborer. Who? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Okay, good. So I got a 6-6. So that means I can pick. So I'm going to pick my hack, and it's going to be at +4 damage. So I'm going to roll a 1, and I'm going to smack that guy for 6 points of damage and finally kill him. I was just biding my time, right? And then we're going to do the Jailer attacks me. Here, let's put this back up here. I just don't like it being blurry, and it's easier to see the little tiny pips. I know they're still small. The Jailer attacks me with a 4-1. Okay. Plus, I'm trying to look over. I'd rather look at the screen than like lean over and see here. We can get to a... What do they have? 2-3 shift points, huh? They could go... Ooh. They can do a sharp kick for a D6 minus 2. That's their bigger hit. 0 damage. And here we are. We're both getting +3 shift points now. Okay. Here we are. My attack first, and this guy has what? 6 hit points still? So I'm going to do a 2-3. Dang it, it's always backwards of the way I want it to be, right? So we can make this quite easily a 3-2, and then that's a hack at 0. Secondary 2s are a -2. Oh, that's no good. Well, then we made it a 4 instead. We have enough points. I've lost the plot. There we go. 3, 2, 4. So it's only D6 minus 1. And we're going to do 1 point of damage. Yay! All right, so he goes to 5. These guys are brutal. Okay, and you know, one thing I really do love so much is that like there's a lot of rooms where I don't run into encounters, right? It's nice to be able to just like explore. 2-2. What can they do with a 2-2? They can get to it. How many points do they have? 4? So 1. Ooh. They can get up to a sharp kick, I think, right? Because that's 1 point. And then they would have 3 left to get this to a 5. So they can do a 5-1 sharp kick. That's their better move. D6 minus 2. So I took 2 more damage. So I'm down to 22. I'm still above my hit points. That's incredible. But I feel like we are probably ready for floor number 2. We just got to explore, huh? Okay. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it was some other game. I've been doing so much reading about these. Maybe I have to go up here and explore that little room, but I thought there was something that said I didn't have to. If it was like 75% of the dungeon and it's all the way across the way, you know it's just like a closet, right? But maybe I'm mistaken. Okay. Here's my attack again. 1-2. So I can easily make that a 2-4. So there's a D6 minus 1. I'm going to do 2 damage to him. So he's what, down to 3 now? Is that right? I lost track of it because I moved the thing. All right, so they're going to attack me. 2-4. So he can hit me with something. That something is probably going to be just a punch, though, right? Because he would have to go 3, 6. Yeah, so it's the bottom one. So it's a D6 minus 3. Uh-oh, this is going to hurt. 3 more points of damage. I'm in the 19 hit points. Wow. Okay, well, you don't mess with this guy. All I have to do is 3 damage. Can I just hit you, please? 6-4, huh? Well, and I have what? 3, 4, 5 shift points. So I could absolutely... This is a 4. Oh, I can get there. I can get to a cleave, so I can get to a d6 minus 1, because that's only 4 points away, and I have 5. So this is 2 more points of damage. Oh my god. He lives. He lives to fight another round. All right, so they have a 1, 4, and he's got 4 points. He can easily get to a punch. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay. So he can get to a punch, which is a d6 minus 3. Hits me for 3 damage. Wow, this guy's not messing around. Look at that. I laughed when I first fought these guys, but no, they're whooping me. All right, hopefully this is the last round, and I put you to bed right now. 3-3, I can make that a 2-4 pretty easily, so it's a d6 minus 1. So as long as I don't roll a 1, we're good. Every time I tell you, it's crazy. I gotta stop saying that. So they rolled a 1-4. Isn't that what they need? No, 5-1. I can't believe that. Okay, 1-4. Let's see. So they can easily get to a punch. Yeah, that would take too much. So d6 minus 3. This guy's just gonna kick me or punch me to death, I guess. And nope, no damage that time. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to 1-6. So that's only. Boy, that's a lot of weight. I'm going to have to do a cleave on that bad boy, it looks like, right? Yeah. Oh, and they've been getting minus 2 damage on me, I forget, for that hack. So my cleave is a d6 minus 1. Whew. Okay, 1 point of damage. 1 point of damage, because I can. That's 2, that's 1 over, that was only 3. Wow, okay, Jailer Man. All right, so that got us a whole 15 experience points. And let's see here, PT1 plus 1 and PT1 minus 2. So the PT charts, we're going to check their pockets now on page 23. So we'll do the PT minus 2. So that's 4 minus 2 is 2. Nothing, but it's damp, but I sniff my fingers and they smell unpleasant. Thanks, laborer. That was the barkeep. And then PT1 plus 1 is going to give me a 5-6. There are D6 SC inside. At least this guy had some money. 6 SC, right? So that's how he was planning on paying his tab at the bar from the sounds of it, and I just took his money. So these guys are out. Yeah, I messed that all up. I'm going to have to figure that out later. Okay. So now what? That was it. That was all that was in there, too. There was no, like, you find some stuff. You're just in the canteen. Jailer. Okay. Dead bodies everywhere. Let's check on this door. Let's just see what that door looks like. See if it's locked. It is not locked. All right, well, let's go through it. We have it's a dead end. It's a, okay. So we know this door to be, what, 4 by 2. So, by 2. So it's going to be this, and it's a dead end. This should totally be like the storage area for the bar's stuff, right? That's 8, so it's still a regular room size. So that's page 42 in the book. This is why you need the bookmarks right here. Don't lie to me, Toby. This is why you made so many charts. You made it to sell bookmarks. That's your real agenda. At £2 a pop. We got a 1-2, an abandoned guard post. Okay, so 1-2. 1.2, abandoned guard post. And abandoned makes it sound like we're not going to fight anybody, right? 1-2, abandoned. There is a dusty table here upon which sits a dry tankard and an empty wooden bowl. Do I take the wooden bowl? Beneath the table is a pile of rubbish. Roll on RUPT 1 plus 1. Oh man, I'm going to go through guard stuff and have to smell my fingers again. Rubbish pile table 27. You'd think I'd know that one because there was one dungeon where I rolled on that table like 6 times. It was crazy. RUPT 1 plus 1. 11. Caught up in the rubbish are some strips of material. What kind of material? Metal? Wood? Cloth? Must be some kind of a cloth material. Like something I can make a makeshift bandage out of. But you know what? It was under the desk of an abandoned guard post. I kind of don't want to look. You know what? The more I think about it, we're good just leaving that be, I think. I think maybe Maybe I don't want to find out what it is down there. Yeah, I've messed this all up. Well, hopefully I don't need to fight those same people anymore. I can fix these later. Okay, so that's a dead end. All right, Eduardo, where do your adventures take you now? Let's go try over here. Let's just try right off the front door. I am going to die laughing if it's an empty space. I kind of want it to be an empty space because it would be hilarious. A 4x4 with 1, huh? So let's go, we can go all the way down here and here. 2, 3, 4. Let's put our exit right here. Okay. Oh, that was even numbers. God, I'm an idiot. Have I done this again? Do you see any squares out here? Hold on. This could be another large room, right? So it was 4x4. 4x4. This is follow the flow chart, kids, with 1 door. All right, we got to add this roll to it. It's too bad it can't be that big. So we have an 8. Oh, you do not keep rolling, by the way. Okay, so this room is an 8x8. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By, I guess I can't quite make 8 out of it, so we're just going to have to do it like this. And 1 door. Let's put the door in the far corner. Okay, so it's 3, 4, 5x8, so 40, right? So it's a large room, so it's a different table. I like it. Let's go to, what table would that be? I don't want to give anybody a seizure. Let me zip down to page 40. Okay, page 40. Here we go. Large rooms. Let's roll and find out. And we're not allowed the slate room. We're not allowed, right? Slate Shrine. It was a unique room. We are not allowed the slate room. So we have this time, well, we have at least a marble hall. Ooh, a sparring chamber. It is not a unique room, and it has a wooden door. Interesting. Okay, so this was what? An 8? Sparring chamber. I just realized that I wrote 5-5 up on the slate room. I should just write 10 because there is no 5-5. It's a 2d6 roll. Okay, so sparring chamber. This is a training room where there is a circle of sand in which a warrior and a scout are sparring. They turn and attack. If you survive, roll on BT1 plus 2. Not twice, not times 2. Okay, so this is a what? A warrior sparring. A warrior and a scout. We've fought you before. Oh, I should have drank some potions, man, because I'm only at 16 HP. Okay, warrior and scout. Let's find you guys in here now. So we know warrior should be easy to find. Warrior, this ugly duckling, and scout. What do we have here? Maybe I can slip these in when I find them. J, yep, there's the jailer. Ugh. Oh, here's the scout right here. Ah, scout. Okay, so here's what we're up against again. We've seen these guys before. Not anything to be afraid of, but at the same time, not necessarily to be ignored, right? I mean, they could be dangerous. So I will die laughing if we find... So what I'm finding, those herbs, by the way... Oh, dang it. Those herbs are these things, and I can do things with these herbs. Like if I chew the Malacco leaves up on the top right there, Malacco, I think that's how you pronounce that. If it's only 1 ingredient, it's chewed Malacco, which is like it heals me for 1, right? So big deal. But if I have others, I can combine them and make bombs or healing salves and stuff. And I just haven't found any of that stuff just yet. So let's see what we have here. So 5 hit points for this guy. And 9. Oh yeah, that's right. This guy's a beast. Okay, 9 hit points for this guy. Alrighty then. Let's make quick work out of these. All right, so again, I think I'm going to go for the scout first. Do I have to worry about anything? Brace or block on primary 4s? No. Dodge on secondary 3s? No. Jump on primary 1s and 6s? No. So I have nothing to worry about. And flurry, I get an extra -1, which I feel like I keep forgetting. So I rolled 6-6. Hot dang, look at that. So I'm going to perform a hack on the scout, which is going to give me a d6 plus 2 because of my unused shift. My d6 plus 2 is 7. Oh, thank God. Okay, so we killed one right off the bat. I like to see that. All right, so this guy still has his 9 hit points. I'm going to put him up on the pedestal so he's a little bit clearer and easier to read. And now he is going to attack me. Round 1. Look like I one-shot somebody. 4-4. So he can easily 4-3 me. So a flurry, which is going to be a d6 minus 4 because the jerkin leads my 4. So it's a d6 minus 4. Damage to me. So watch, he rolls a 6. So he is going to roll a 1. So he just glancing blow, right? Just what can I say? So back at it. I'm going to attack him. And I rolled a 6-6, then I rolled a 1-1, which is a guaranteed miss for me. So they get to go, and they're going to roll a 1-5, a 1-1-5. They don't have anything with that. Okay, so we're going to go to round 3. My attack again. I'm going to do a 4-5. What am I supposed to do? No, a 5-4. What am I supposed to do with that? I only have 2 shift points. I can't make this anything. So I missed. And he only has 1 shift point. So he has a 3-6. God, he's miles away from anything. Okay, so here we go. Round 4. Shift plus 1. My attack first. I'm going to do a 4-6. Eesh. I still can't do anything. Wow. All right, them. Oh my word. Did you creep out? You did. A 3-5. So they 3-5. They only have 2 shift points, right? So 3-5. They can 3-4, but they can't quite get there. So it looks like a big whiff for both of us. So we're going to go to round 5 plus 2 shift points. My attack is a 5-1. Who's rolling these dice today? And again, this is all dependent on the maneuvers I chose, right? I could have chosen maneuvers that had different numbers. But I wanted to be kind of in the middle of the dice and be able to fluctuate both ways. I thought it was a good idea, and turns out I'm just rolling 1s and 6s all day. Who would have thought? So I have 2 4 shift points now. With my 4 shift points, I can shift the 1 to a 2. That leaves me 3 points. I can use 2 of those to shift a 5 down to a 3 for a hack, which is just a d6. There's no modifiers. I need to do 9 damage somehow on this. Make it happen. Or at least do a lot of damage. Well, there's 4 damage, so we're going to bring him down to 5. That was our first hit on this guy. Okay, so now they get to attack me back. Oh, man, what a dungeon. I found so much weird stuff in here. Ooh, they have a 1 as a lead, and they have, what, 2 3 shift points now? So I need them to be, like, super high. Woo, there we go, because that could at best be a 1-3, not quite a 1-2. And yeah, no, they missed. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go to round 6. Round 6 says we have +3, so I have 5 shift. So I have a 4-2. Again, not a 2-4 like what I would need. So let's just shift this over 1 to a 3-2 to a hack with a modifier of 0. So it's just a plain d6, and I need to do 5 damage? How about 1? Let's do 1 damage. Okay, so now they're going to roll it. I need a different die for my damage, I'm telling you. A 2, they got a 2-3. They can easily make that. Hold on, let me see here. You have to do their worst thing, right? Like worse for me, their better move. And so a d6 minus 2 is better than a d6 minus 3 for them. So can I get there with them somehow? I need 2 shift points to get there. So yes, they can do a slash d6 minus 2. So 3 points of damage. I'm down to 13. We're going to be chugging some potions here at the end of this, I think. All right, so my turn again. Okay, we have a, 6-2. What is with these rolls today? 6-2. Well, I can easily make this a 3-2, a hack, so here we go. We're going to do, oh yeah, there it is. 6 points of damage. Yes. Okay, so this guy is toast. So there's another, 31 experience points. 31. I'm getting a little long on my little line of things. Let's whip out the dollar store calculator and just knock this out real quick. 18, 15, and 31. We have 180 experience points. So that's a long way from 500 still, right? 180. Okay, then we have roll on PT1 for both of these guys. PT1 is on page 23. 3. And I don't know if every enemy in the game uses the same charts for all this stuff. Maybe. We're doing this twice. PT1 twice. So we rolled a 9. There are some coins. So we're going to gain a D6 plus 2 SC. So 7 SC. And a D6 GC. All right. GC. 4 GC. Okay. So I need to do some more quick math here for these guys. So that's 10, 18, 24. So I have 24 SC. My little thing just got full. So I have 24 SC, 9 gold. And we get one more roll on that table. And then we get whatever the BT1 is, plus 2. Okay, so then the second guy here, whichever one it was, they're both just roll on PT1 for loot. So they're the same. So 8. 8 is there's some leaves. And that was the scout, obviously. What the heck? How funny. So now we have 4 of these single one-off leaves, which would be great if I had other of those leaves, because then I could be like making potions and bombs and stuff and doing something like that. All right, so we've gone ahead through this. We've gone through our people, but now we have one more thing. S, what are you? Scout. You go right here. Okay, so our other thing was our war, our room. I'm sorry. This was they were fighting in a circular pit here. Look at that. There's like dirt and stuff, and it's a warrior and a scout. Okay, and we were in the circle. Maybe there's like it's like a wrestling ring, right? Like something from UFC, whatever that stuff is that people like watching. I don't watch that stuff. So there's this. There we go. So there, it's got like poles. Kind of looks like I just made a children's trampoline for a backyard is what I've done here. Okay. BT1. Where is BT1? All right. This is. I told you I'm not an artist. BT1. This is body search 20. All right. What do we have here on 20? Body search table 1 plus 2. So we have a 12 plus 2 on a cord around. It says the creature on the one of the people is an HQ garnet set in a silver frame. Okay, high quality HQ garnet in silver frame. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I would like to pry it out and put it into my golden amulet up that we got from up here, but, you know, let's see here. Maybe one day. Okay, well, carrying on here. Is this door locked? Let's see. No, it is very much not locked. That's all those fighter guys pushing that wooden door open and smacking it and breaking the hinges here. Okay, so let's see what this next room is. We're getting down there. 115. Wow, huh? I was wondering if it'd be another 1. Okay, so this time, this is a really skinny little hallway that maybe we just have it like dead end over here, and it has to have an exit though somewhere, huh? Well, let's say we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has only 1 exit, so it may as well just come across like so. And it's always an archway when it's in a room like this. Okay. Carrying on. Alrighty then. Okay, so there's a 2x1 with 1 more exit. We'll say it looks like this time. That's the exit room. There's like some back hallway thing that leads to the canteen. 0, it's a dead end. It's a huge room too. Oh my god, we can't do that. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be like 6, so it's got to just be 3x3, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So I guess with no doors. So there's like this weird hallway behind the what? Maybe this was a secret door. Nobody even saw it, and it was just left open, right? So that's 12. So we're gonna go back to page 42 and find out what kind of room this is here. Wow, interesting. We found ourselves A 6-1. 61 here. 6-1. Apothecary. Oh no. We are not allowed another apothecary. That is a unique room, and we already fought an apothecary in there, assuming I didn't screw up. I don't remember. Oh yeah, we must have, because we got potions, right? Okay, so how about a 2-2? This room is really a scuffed... Oh, you know what? That makes sense. A scuffed up space. Didn't we have one of those already? No, maybe not. Scuffed 2-2. Scuffed. So this is where Fight Club takes place. Oops, I'm not supposed to talk about it. Scuffed up space. Okay. 2-2, scuffed up space. There's a pile of rubbish here, and the floor is covered in scuff marks. You can check the rubbish pile on a table RUPT1. Okay, so we're doing it. RUPT1, and then I lost it. IAUT1, I think. IAUT1. That's the, like, unintended, like, I don't know. Yeah, there it is. Archways. No, it's a dead end. Okay, so RUPT1. Let's go find that. That's not what I wrote down because I don't see it very often here. RUPT1, rubbish pile table. Oh yeah, 27. We were just kind of there, right? So we'll go to 27. This is totally the room where stuff goes down. All right, maybe where they're doing bad things in the back room, like steroids before they go out to the fight. Rubbish pile. 11, caught up in the rubbish are some strips of material. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some bandages and whatnot there, but along the way, IAUT1 is 36, so it's miles away from where we are. 36, IAUT1. This is a big table. 5-1. I didn't realize that at first. Okay, 5-1. You spot a stone in the wall that appears to be out of place. You take a closer look and find it is loose. Behind it is didn't we see this? Is a half a cheese wrapped in some cloth. Gain 1 ration. I feel like we did see this, right? So again, these guys like to hide their food in the walls. You know what? When you're fighting all day, you don't have any pockets in that gear, right? Okay, 5-1. There's also a little dried meat. Did I write down dried meat? See, we had dried meat, and wet cabbage, right? We did. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this dried meat. We're going to take the other dried meat. And because we are done up here, I think, we're going to go grab the cabbage. We're wet again. Over to the stove room. And we're going to heat that cabbage up. We're going to cook this meat. We're going to cook both of our meats. And then we're going to take both of our meats and our cabbage and roll them up. We're going to make like a burrito, you know, like a burrito in a like a lettuce wrap. There's the word I'm looking for. We got like a beef jerky lettuce wrap here. Hey, it's a ration. It has to be hearty. And there we go. We took 3 food items. We put them together. We have another ration now, right? We have 6 now. 6 rations. I dig that because I hate starving in this game, in any game. All right. And so I didn't just make that up. There are rules for when you have 3 items of food, you get to make a ration out of it if you can find a way to make it actually last. You wouldn't be able to take like raw meat and make a ration. So now, wow, we're really getting down there. Let's go check this archway. What do we find in here? Maybe we can do this whole thing. All right, so oh boy. So what is this? 6x2 and a 1 exit. We might not have that. So if we do 2 this way and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, we can't put an exit here because it would then be like, you know, a guaranteed 1 little wallway, right? I think that's right. So we can't do that. So instead we have a 3, 4, 5x2. We have a 10 space with no exit. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's not what we want. We want 42. Okay, here we go again. Human ancestry rooms, level 1. We have a 6-2. What is a 6-2? A 6-2. 6-2, damp space. Oh yeah, here it is. I knew it. All right, so I knew I would find this place again. Damp space. Okay, damp space. 6-2. There is a leak dripping down from above, so the space is abandoned and wet. No wonder nobody came down this random place off of the empty space, right? Okay. Fight a fungal creature here. Roll a d6. It's either a musty bloater or a fungal geist. It's a fungal geist. Damp space. Fungal geist. Fungal geist. Right, so I think we ran into this situation where, like, if you don't have a way to pick a lock, well, nah, I don't know. Okay, so here's what we do. We got to find Fungal Geist, first of all. Was that it for that room? There was nothing else there? It was just a damp space. Yep, that's it. Just killing a guy. No doors and not a special room, right? So, no, if I knew the alphabet, it would help. Okay, there we go. We got a Fungal Geist. This thing looks horrible. I'm very pleased that we have gone through this far. I thought I was going to die by now, but I feel... Oh, crud. I didn't drink potions. We have to remember, after combat, to drink some potions. This guy has, assuming we don't die, a squat fungal humanoid, part mushroom, part unknown beast. Their appearance can be varied, but they usually have a wide textured cap, and small mushrooms sometimes cover their torso. Whoops. Okay, so this guy has 5 hit points. He doesn't look too bad. Alright, so what do we got here? Rubbery hide on secondary 4s, so I do not want to cleave him. Mycelium lash, 3/3. Oh, this guy's going to get smoked. What the heck is... Oh, Geist mushrooms. That's on here somewhere, yeah. I can't see through all this crap, but... Oh, maybe not. I don't know. D3 Geist mushrooms are what I get. All right, we'll find out. I rolled a 1 and a 5. Good, because, well, that sucks, but it's at least I can hit him with a 2 and a 4, right? Because I have 2 shift points, so I'm going to cleave -1, but he is rubbery hide on secondary force. So here's a D6 -3 damage to lead off. Oh, good, I hit for 0, so now they're going to attack me back. This guy needs 2 3s, and he has 1 shift point to start? Not even close, buddy. Okay, next up. I've got a 1... 3, so I can again make a 2/4, which again is a -3. So I'm gonna hit for 0. Okay, they need a 3/3. They can't quite do it. They only have 1 shift point still. Okay, on to round 3. I am going to attempt to not cleave this time. So here we're gonna a 6/1. Unbelievable! I can't do anything with that. It's too far apart for me. So they're going to attack. They need a 3/3. They're so far away again. They need 2 3 shift points. They have 1. Off to round 4. Boy, this is a fast combat. All right. So I am going to attack. Oh, I rolled their 3/3. How funny. But I can shift this to a hack. So it's just a straight up D6. So there's 2 damage, bringing him down to 3. Now he needs a 3/3, and he has 2 shift points. Oh, he rolls a 3/3. So what does he do for damage? A D6 -3. This guy's a joke. D6 -3, so I just took 1 damage. I mean, he could still kill me. And that's the thing, is I really enjoy that threat. Whoa. You know, oh jeez, that threat of you could die, you know. There's even provision, it's in the book, it's in the manual, for, you know, if your armor just negates everything that they could possibly hit you with, you just kill them automatically. You don't have to sit here with this and roll some dice. So I got a 4, oh, it's going to hide from you. 4 what? 4/1, okay. Oh, how many hit points did you have? 3? 4/1. So can I do anything with a 4/1? Yes, I can do a hack again. I can easily make that a 3/2. And this time we're going to do 6 damage. Okay, so we killed this guy, and we get what now? A D3 Geist mushrooms. So we get 5 Geist mushrooms. I don't know what those do. They're not on my list, are they? No. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe they're just food. Maybe I use those instead of dripping wet cabbage, right? Maybe maybe that's the idea. I don't know. I mean, cabbage is mostly water, so it wouldn't have, like, completely waterlogged. So, I don't know. Okay. Well, that's a dead end here. So, what now? So, this is where, like, I think normally what you're allowed to do, and I wish I could find it in the book, and I just don't know where it is, but I swear to you, it talks about most of the dungeons somewhere. But again, I might be mixing that up with a different game. But at some point, you have to find your way down. And then there's some whole thing that's like, well, it's, you know, pretty big, and you've gone through most of it. You know what we never did is escape to town. Oh, man, we should probably, like, think about doing that. So let's do this. Let's see. Sometimes you rule a dead end. You cannot place an exit on the outer boundary. If an exit would lead to a space 1 square from a wall, do not add it. Huh. You cannot place an exit on a wall that already has an exit. You can add a maximum of 3 exits, meaning a maximum of 4 ways into and out of rooms. And the extras, ignore extras. Yeah, this is a single exit square. Huh, okay. Within the dimensions of the roll. Oh, if there is not enough space on the map to draw the room dimensions, draw the room to fill the available space within the dimensions of the roll. Oh, so that's funny. I wonder if it's been like it's been wanting me to like even draw this one now, you know, or like this one an edge over and just pretend it was there. Maybe that's what it wants, but I don't think it matters. I'll have to look at the maps that. So Toby, the designer here, has done YouTube videos on how to go through the dungeon and create your dungeon and all that stuff. You'd think I'd have watched stuff. Nope, I was just excited to get my book. So let's go up here and see if this door is locked. Let's see if we can find this. I want to go through this whole thing with you guys today. Let's see here. So we need to find out if that door in that corner. I thought I was going to leave it, but maybe it's open. 3. Okay, well let's go explore. That door is open. All right. What is in that room? Now I don't even think we're going to possibly have a door there, but I'm going to roll the die anyway. We have, yeah, a little corridor. Oh, wow. Okay, so 1 + 1 + 5 and 4. So we have a 6-5 room. So that obviously can't be with an exit, right? So it's just going to wind up being that, right? So it's really a 4x3. It's not as big as I thought it was, right? So there it is. It's a dead end room. Let's see what is in said dead end room. Let me get on the right chart here. What'd I roll? A 3-1. Let's see here. 3-1. A snake pit? Why in the heck would I do that? Why would I come all the way out here and find a snake pit? This place is a nightmare. Snake pit. Okay. All right, Eduardo. What are we doing here? Snake pit. A dusty bowl set into the floor is home to an angry-looking snake. It rises up towards you. To open the chest in the pit, you must face a snake roll on L1S. It is a unique room. It rises up towards me. So this is an interesting thing. To open the chest in the pit, you must face a snake roll on L1S. Now, I've never fought a snake before, A. B, it almost sounds optional. What if I don't? What if I leave the snake in the pit and the chest in the pit? Right? What if we drink some potions and then we go fight a snake? What do we think about that? Let's do that. So while I'm going to stand there and look at this snake, we're going to say, you know what? We got beat up pretty badly here in the last little bit. First thing we're going to do is chug a healing potion just to get 10 HP back, right? Boom. So we go from 12 to 20. And then we're going to do a gain health to go from 20 to 35. Boom. 35 hit points. And that's going to give us 2 extra empty vials. So empty flask times 3 now. Okay, yeah, I'm ready for this. Let's jump into the snake pit. All right, so it's L1S. I've never seen that before. I've never fought a snake before. How exciting. L1S. Snakes. 38. Okay, it's not too far away. 38. L1S. Oh my god, there's 3 kinds of snakes here. 5. Giant horned anaconda. Are you serious? That sounds bad. Giant horned anaconda. Oh, yeah. Giant horned anaconda. I mean, I have to say it, right? It's like you do. I don't want none, son. All right, giant horned anaconda. Oh my god. Yeah, this is 15 hit points. It gets us 30 experience points, though. Scale block on secondary 2s. That's a bummer. So our hack is bad. 2s and 5s. So our hack is going to be -2 damage. That is no good. No good. Look, there's dogs in here. All kinds of stuff to kill. Okay, this guy. This guy. 15 hit points? Oh, dear me. And loot. Better be none. You're a snake, right? Yeah, but you got a treasure chest you're guarding. So we have... Oh, these might not fit. Let's do it this way. Because I have to be able to see it. And the view... There we go. Well, that is not accurate. 15 hit points. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't read the text. Can't see it now. I rolled a 2-5. I can make that a 2-4 very easily. So I have a cleave, so that's a -1. If of all the times I need a 6, I need it now, my brother. All right, so we did 4 points of damage, so that's okay. That's not a bad first round for me. This thing needs, ooh, a 2-3 and a 5-3, huh? So it got a 2-5. Can it do anything with that? It has how many shift? 1, 2, 5. So no, it cannot do anything to me, so I'm good. All right, round 2. Here we go. I'm going to do a 2-3, so I can make that a 2-4 again to a cleave, so a d6 -1. So 2 points of damage. So we'll make this a 4. Okay, it gets to attack. Can I just stand at the top of this thing and like whack it down? Oh, it got a 1 and a 6. I think these are like so far out. 6-1. It can't do anything with a 6-1. That's too far. It's like I get a couple of bonus rounds of damage here if I get lucky on my rolls. All right. What do we got? A 2. Oh, good. I want that again. A 2. I wanted a 2-4. 2-3 again is a d6 -1 for my cleave. Because it's my hack that's no good, right? Yeah, my hack is no good. So I got, ooh, 5 points of damage. Oh, good deal. There we go. It's down to 4 hit points. It gets to attack. 4-1. Can it finally hit me? It still only has 1 shift point. I've just been going to town on this thing. I don't see how it can. It cannot hit me. Well, here we go. Round 4. I get a bonus shift point to start. 2-3. Again, that's the 2-4 I need for a d6 -1. Oh my god, I just smoked this snake. Okay. A large brown snake with rock-like horned ridges it uses to attack aggressors. They live in rocky environments, often near dungeons or caves, where their appearance is perfect camouflage. No treasure. That's good. We got 30 experience, though. I can't believe that. I can't believe that combat went like that. 30 experience gives us 210. Ooh, we're almost halfway. On floor 1 still, right? Okay, 210. And then it was treasure, right? What was the treasure? Does anybody remember? I sure don't. It was a snake pit. It was a treasure thing, right? So let's see what the snake pit says. It was 3-1, right? Snake pit, CT2 -2. Let's find that. CT2, 21. Okay. 21. CT2 -2, 21. CT2 -2. So we got a 7. Now I've completely screwed it up, right? That was a 5 then, right? Because okay, so 21. Hold on. It's hard to remember all these numbers. This is why I need all these bookmarks. All right, so it was a snake pit. -2, yeah. Okay, so we rolled a 5 on that. Only a 5. Dang. Okay, so a 5. Oh my god. A 5 on table 2. There it is. Okay, I got it. There are 6 metal hooked spikes and a length of rope inside the chest and a lockpick and ooh. Okay, that's good though. Lock pick +1, and there's 4 of them. Okay. I don't know if I'm going fishing, and I don't know if I have enough weight to carry around all this metal yet. I can't believe we didn't find a single god thing in here. There's a whole thing about gods, and I kept running into in all my other games where you could like offer something to the god, and I have all this metal I'm packing around that I was hoping to find a use for to get. Oh, mushrooms! That person might want Geist mushrooms. Does anybody here even want all this metal? Stone, rock, earth, sand, forged metal. See? I was hoping to find some god stuff here. All right, well, let's get out of these snakes and go here. So here's something we haven't done yet either. We have a locked door. So what we have to do is roll to find out the strength of the door. Lock. 3. Hot damn. So all we have to do is roll. We have to use a lockpick. So I'm going to go from 4 to 3. And it's a +1, and we have to roll above that number, and we have 1 shift point because of our discipline, right? So I have to roll, so I rolled a 6, 7, 8, I guess, versus 3. So that was a trivial little door there for us. Okay, this might be the last room in the dungeon, right? Is that how that worked? I mean, maybe it was just behind a locked room. All right, yeah. Let's see what the whoops. Huh. Let's see here. I just want to see here. Knowing it's, let's see, when you reach the last room of the level, the final room going forward that can be placed, given the space, place a stair icon in the room. Okay. Knowing it's the last room is about understanding your forward momentum. Your path will have led to this last space. You might have left random rooms unexplored, doors you did not open, but would have led to dead ends and are therefore locked on all sides. Oh, so see, like maybe that snake pit would have been locked. Oh, there's this word 75. More often than not, the last room is the final room on the journey through the level. It is potentially near the top of the page, with usually at least 75% of the dungeon area covered within your outer boundary by rooms and corridors. The last room you enter will contain the steps down to the next level. Spaces that are clearly dead ends do not have to be explored to complete the level, but the last room may be a dead end, so add the stairs there, right? So we didn't have to go here. We probably could have totally gone here. That's fine. Let's see what it is. I mean, we could have 2 more rooms. You know what? Let's do something else exciting that I haven't done before. Let's do something else pretty interesting, right? So let's take a look at this here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't have any throwing weapons. I don't have any potion bombs. You want to see what I'm looking at? We have... we didn't use our magic. I was going to use it to melt the lock if I didn't pick it, but our pick lock was so good. The Favor of the Gods thing is super cool. I thought we'd see that. Leaving the dungeon. Okay, so check this out. You can only leave once per level. The exit shaft is virtually invisible on the surface. You make your way. To leave, you must be in a room that abuts the outer boundary. We're in one right now. And you must encounter the room before you can begin your search. That's all done. Roll a d6 for each square adjoining the dungeon edge. If you roll a 6, you've found an exit shaft, right? So how cool is this, right? So we're kind of at it, right? Like we're kind of there with our stuff. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 rolls to see if we roll a 6 to find an air vent shaft, right? Now, really going to town is kind of offload my stuff. Like I'm not hurt. I have some crap to sell, but none of it's important. I'm gonna carry most of it, but I think I'm gonna wind up putting a lot of like the random stuff. Yeah, I don't have anything worth selling, but I might put some of my gems and stuff. Like all the treasure stuff is probably gonna go in my stash. No big deal, right? But I'm not hurt. I'm not bloodied. I don't have a fever. I don't have pneumonia, right? I don't have any of the reasons I would normally go to town other than I can only do it on this floor once. So if one of these rolls is a 6, we found a shaft. Oh yeah, we got 2 of them, 3 of them. Okay, so this room has an exit, an air shaft. And I'll just do this maybe like off camera or something at some point. There's really not much to do there in this case. I just wanted to make sure you saw how that works and that, you know, I had a chance to do it. So we can go here and find the stairs and then go to town and then we have to eat rations to go down the stairs, you know, but that's okay. We have 6. We can buy rations in town. I think you can buy 3 at most. You can enter an arm wrestling competition. You can go to the tavern. You can go to the, here, we'll just zip through it real fast here, right? So there's, if we liberated any prisoners, I can't believe we didn't find a single jail cell in here, right? They're up there. We can sell our items. I don't have anything worth anything that I want to get rid of. I want to keep everything. Maybe that's that golden buckler, but I don't care. It can sit in my stash, right? There's a bartering table if I'm going to take the time to sell stuff, but I don't think I'm going to this time. I don't have enough good stuff yet. The engraver, you can put runes on your weapons, but I haven't found any runes yet. They're only in level 3 onwards. The herbalist, I can buy some herbs if I need some. I might want to take a look at the charts and the tables and see, you know, what I can make out of these guys, right? Like healing paste, soothing oil, or I can make exploding potions like shrapnel burst. I can make all kinds of cool things, right? There's a lot of fun little things you can do in town, like little maintenance stuff. You can go to buy rations. There we go. Right? Oh, rations. There we go. 10 SC each. They're specially wrapped for the dungeon and made of hearty ingredients full of energy and turnips. In the evening, before returning to the dungeon, you may spend the evening either at the tavern listening to gossip or in quiet meditation in the temple. So the tavern has a whole table I can roll on. Loot lockup, right? I can keep stuff in my loot lockup. Then there's the temple, and I can enter an arm wrestling competition at town hall, right? It's just crazy. And this is once you beat level 10. So there's a lot of cool stuff we can do, but I kind of want to see the end of this and all that maintenance stuff nobody cares to see. It's pretty straightforward. So we've opened the door. This is probably the final room in this nightmare. What have we got? 3 exits, and it's a corridor. It's going to be 3 long, right? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 with 1 exit. So the exit is technically there. So like that's what we found, right? Oh, 3 exits. There really can't be 3 exits here in what we've rolled because that's on the edge and this is one away from a wall. So nope, we just keep rolling down. This is going to be our final room. I can't believe I filled this map. How wild is that? 2 by 3. So 2, it's going to be, well, we can do this. We can do 3 by 2. And how many exits? 2. Well, yeah, see, I mean, I don't think that we're going to find a little door there. So I think maybe that this little tiny small room is our exit room. What do we think about that? All right, we put some stairs. They go down. It gets dark. I think that's it. I think that's good. Now, whoops. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm far away. Hold on. I don't want to blow your mind. It's just weird having to scroll through a PDF super fast. Let me see if I can find this. Human ancestry. Here we go. I want to look at this. 6 squares or smaller. We rolled a 2-3, so we have a 6 squares or smaller room. Okay. We haven't seen one of these, so I kind of specifically want to do this. The space is too small to be a normal room, but it is not a corridor. All exits are archways. Okay, or all exits are archways. Okay, so let's just see what this is. My God, you can actually have special ones on here. And if you forgot, we have this handy little flow chart here. Remember, this is a small room. Roll on the small room's table. Is it unique? Right, and see, it's just the same. It's just a different table. That's all that it is. It's just a different kind of room in here. Oh, I was talking about the God rooms. Here they are. 10. Ah. Not a God room. Heated space. 6-4 we got, right? So 10. Heated space. Okay. Heated space. There is a small burner here that is lit. The space is warm. Flickering shadows cast across the space. If you dry yourself, roll on L1P. There is nothing else in the room. So there's that. That was it. There was nothing else in that little room. I wonder if the heated space did it say, and I just forgot, did it say heated space? A small burner, right? Okay. So there's a small burner in that room, keeping it warm. Maybe that's to be a welcoming thing for the people from the lower levels to come up in. You know, I don't know. It's kind of cool that we have this whole little dungeon we just made completely randomly. Wow, we ran into a lot of dudes in here. Now to go down, I can't remember off the top of my head because I haven't done it yet. We have to eat a ration, and that's really all I remember. I don't know. I don't think we like heal for it or anything, but I think that that's good enough. I think that we can eat our ration sitting on the stairs before we go down to level 2. And thanks for hanging in there with me. That was a little bit long, a little bit lengthy, but Eduardo appreciates it. I appreciate it. We had a very successful run through level 1 of 2D6 dungeon. I'm pretty excited, actually. Like, I can't believe that we got this far through a dungeon. I've never been to the end of a floor 1 because I'm a moron, and I made my floor 1 on my real playthrough here on my little book that I was going to use for dungeons way too big, because this took a long time to go through one dungeon, but we found a lot of cool stuff. And again, when you're by yourself and you're just playing and you're not talking and narrating, it doesn't take so long. You're just rolling dice and jotting stuff down, and hopefully you have a better system than I do to keep track, of your stuff here, so you don't have to go flipping through enemies and you have the cards out. Maybe you have them laid out and have a little bit more space. I had to fit this into the camera area and everything, but yeah, this game's a ton of fun, and you can get all this for free. Dungeon 1, level 1 stuff, it's out there for download, so I don't know. I would check it out, see what you think of it, because it's a pretty cool system. And then, of course, it's very inexpensive, I found. Like I said, to the US, the shipping was like $25. That was both of the books, and $25, and shipping was like $25 US to get to the West Coast. It took about a week. I want to say it was 7 days, but maybe it was 8. But That was level 1. We were successful. We're level 2 ourselves, so I can't wait to see what happens on floor number 2. So let me know in the comments if this is kind of a fun thing you enjoy watching, these sorts of adventures. Otherwise, I've got board games we can keep playing too. That's a lot of fun. I've been dying to get back to Hexplored of all things. That game is phenomenal. I love it. It's just long and hard to video something that long because it takes a couple of days sometimes. So again, this was 2d6 dungeon. It's very affordable. I think if you like dungeon crawls and roguelikes, I think this is your game. I think this is the thing to look at right here, is check this out. And if you have never played it, get Etrian Odyssey. The game's amazing. There's 6 of them. They're incredible. All right, so we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, remember, games are made for everyone's recreation. I'll see you next time.